Welcome fans to tonight's game here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Jaci Solomon. Tonight the London Nationals face off against the Strathroy Rockets for the first time this season. The Nationals are currently sitting at 7-0-0-1 so far this season. Tonight's story of the game is scoring streaks. Lucas Char, Jacob Julian, and Riley Wood all are on 8-game point scoring streaks. On the side of the Strathroy Rockets, both Brennan and Caden Faulkner are sitting at 6-game point streaks, with Ethan Fashina having 1 point in all 7 games that the Strathroy Rockets have played so far this season. With that being said, tonight looks like it should be a good game. We're going to go ahead and set it up to Kyle and Jeremy.
Thanks, Jaci, and you're absolutely right. It should be a fantastic game here. Strathroy coming into town, bringing a lot of momentum on their side. Nationals still coming in on their momentum, and a big story going to be in this game. Nationals without one of their top defender in Mike Kopchuk. Big, unfortunate, big injury to him on Sunday night. Should be out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he took a check from behind, left the game, had to be stretchered off the ice, taken to the hospital, released. He has been diagnosed with a severe concussion, so all the best to Mike Kopchuk and his family, hoping for the best for him. But like you mentioned, should be an exciting game here tonight. Strathroy up third in the standings, tied technically for second, so this is going to be an exciting matchup. Going to be an interesting goalie matchup as well, as Mike Emsley starts in net here tonight for the Nationals.
Yeah, not something we're used to seeing. Emsley hitting his first start here in a Nationals uniform on home ice, so it'll be a big opportunity for him as Aiden Barry gets the night off. Both sides could be back and forth for who will get the edge in the goaltending category. Looking for the other side, though, another big thing, just another big aspect of this game is going to be keeping an eye on Jacob Julian. He's going to be a big player tonight. Yeah,
Julian's the guy that's going to provide points. I mean, you can see it there on the stat sheet. 17 points in 8 games. Still got his goal a game pace so far this season. Expect him to be provided big minutes here tonight. Head coach Dave Matsos wants him to provide that key offensive number on that top unit here for the Nationals.
Big stat to pay attention to right there. 3 shorthanded goals in 8 games, and just been unbelievable. All 3 of those in his last 3 games too. Just been fantastic. Nationals record is 4, so he's right there, following by former Nationals captain Max Vinogradov as well. So really going to be keeping an eye on him throughout that contest. A couple new faces in the Nationals roster as well. We'll get the chance to see those as we start up tonight's action. But it's really going to see how Strathroy comes into this contest. They're a team that is very streaky. They're not heavy on offense, not heavy on defense, but very even attack they bring.
Absolutely. The Rockets are a team where they're more of an underdog team in the GOJHL. They're not a team that's going to beat you with high scoring. They're not going to, be that type of team that provides that high offense, but they're going to be a team that provides trouble, and the Nationals are going to have to be ready for that tonight, as they're going to want to try to put the puck in the back of the net.
And now we'll look out at between our pipes who's starting in goal for both teams here. As we said, Michael Emsley in net for the Nationals. 1 game under his belt, picked up the win in that contest. On the other side, Liam Reed in net for the Strathroy Rockets. 3-1-1-1 for his team. Been able to pick up the big wins when he's needed so far.
Absolutely, and Reed's going to get the majority of the net for the Rockets this year. I mean, he's a goalie that can carry this type of load. I mean, obviously looking at the record, 3 wins, getting themselves a big key points early on this season, like we've already mentioned, 3rd in the standings so far. So for Strathroy, they're going to rely on Reed heavy this season.
And with that, we're going to send it down to ice level for our opening ceremonies. It's all good.
Between the visiting Strathroy Rockets and your London Nationals. Prior to tonight's performance of the National Anthem, the London Nationals wish to acknowledge the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenapewa, and Attawandaron peoples, whose traditional lands we are gathered upon today. Fans, will you now please stand if you are able, remove your hats, and join Tony Nuther in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us commend. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada,
Tony Nuther as we take a look at our keys to the game.
Yeah, tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Paul Salvador Masonry for Strathroy. It's special teams. London has been tearing up teams on the power play, 37% so far this season, and they've also scored 5 shorthanded goals. So Strathroy will have to be alert on the power play and penalty kill for London's offense. Though the Rockets have been connecting at 30% on the power play this year, so they're no slouch either. And for London, it's rally as a team. After the incident in LaSalle with Michael Kopchuk on Sunday, it can be difficult for players returning to the ice. That and not having head coach Dave Matzos, but he actually is behind the bench tonight, it'll be up to him and his players to rally around Mike Kopchuk and play for him here tonight.
Absolutely, and as we said just before we got to the opening puck drop here, Nationals 2 new players in the lineup here, both of them in the starting lineup, as Sebastian Zurich out there, number 14, and as well as Carson Lloyd coming in as well on the Nationals, number 9. Face-off down, won by the Nationals, all the way down in the Strathroy zone. The Rockets will pick it up and counterattack the other way. McGowan, he'll pick it up. Turned over quickly, brought back in the offensive zone. Shot, and that one just whistles wide of the net. Good start there by Brennan Faulkner. Faulkner, hard forecheck, stolen off his stick by McGowan, and brought down in the offensive zone. Rockets will try to break it out. Puck will go down the length of the ice. Bit of a foot race here. Icing is waved off. McGowan pressured on him by Faulkner. Picked up now by Sanovi. Over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly across the blue line. He walks in, takes a shot. Nice save there by Reed. Puck gets played out. Nice play at the blue line. Chard down low, right inside. Not a shot. Beautiful save by Reed. That's a nice nifty little play down low by O'Reilly. Almost makes it go in.
O'Reilly having a good first shift of tonight's contest as he's able to get all alone, and then Reed was able to just pretty much make a good read himself on that play, and he's able to make the glove save and get a face-off to his left. But again, Sam O'Reilly, the rookie, impressive here to start this first period.
O'Reilly 9 points already in his first 7 games, including 4 of those goals. So been a big impact in his first campaign with the Nationals. Played behind the net. Case Roth in there. He tries to get a hold of it. He gets pinned against the boards. Battle continues. Finally gets pulled away by the Nationals. Cross ice pass by Chard. Gets out to the blue line. Can't get in the offensive zone. Nationals will corral it. O'Reilly. He circles back. Nationals going to try to break into the offensive zone. Carried across the blue line by Lucas Chard. Back to the blue line to Hagee. Hagee puts it on net. That one's just stopped short. Thrown behind the net again. Picked up behind the net by the Rockets. Up to the half wall. Kept in by Cameron as he tries to clear the zone. Gets to the blue line. Gets hit. But manages to get the puck into neutral ice. Onto the stick of O'Reilly. O'Reilly pressured by Hall. Back over to Hagee. Nationals managed to get right into the center ice. Stolen again by the Rockets. Huge hit. Throw at center ice by O'Reilly. Hagee, he picks it up. Gets over to Palmer. Palmer throws it hard around the boards. Gets it off to the far side to Milne. Milne waits. Nice patience by Milne as they break into the offensive zone. Across the blue line comes Power. He puts it on net. That gets blocked, sent down in the corner. National call up A.J. Power. Out on the ice now. Another hit right at the blue line by Milne. Across the blue line again come the Rockets, but nice defensive play by Fisher. Lead pass just misses Power. Brought the other way now. Here come the Rockets. Gallant, he gets hit. Picked up again by Palmer. Makes a move, gets up to Power on the left wing side. Power just throws into the far corner. Duarte, he comes in and keeps it in the offensive zone. Down in the corner to Smith. He gets the puck up, back to the center ice. McKinnon makes a play, tries to put it in the offensive zone again. Quickly turned back the Rockets' way. Richter plays the puck back. Stolen out of the blue line, bouncing puck. Picked up again, across the blue line. Here come the Nationals. Backhand chance. That one just goes wide. Beautiful chance by Dundas, but can't get it to go. In the offensive zone, Nationals get a chance to regroup on the pending offside. Here comes Lloyd. Across the blue line, he makes a move, walks in, takes a shot. That one hits Reed up high. Loose puck, a bunch of bodies collapse right in front of the Rockets' net. Come across the blue line, shot from distance by Hall. That one just kicked aside easily by Emsley. Dundas in the corner. Throws it back to his D. Lloyd assesses the situation. He's out there with McGowan. Gets the puck up. Back over to Lloyd again. Over to Zurich. Back to McGowan. McGowan, he'll bring it up himself. Across the blue line, just goes through two defenders. Walks around the net, looking for that outlet pass. Right to the blue line. Lloyd winds up, fires. That one goes off a leg. Stolen. Here comes Faulkner. He's got a chance. Comes down the right wing side. Stops up. Back into the slot. Another shot. That one just whistles over the head of over Emsley. Fanchina, beautiful chance right in the slot, but puts a little too much on it. Riley Wood across the blue line. So dishes it down low. Tries to get it onto the stick of Wood. Back in the neutral ice. Curtis Hagee. He'll pick it up. Gets into the red line. Blocked, now tipped in the offensive zone by Wood. Clears the line. Zurich puts it right back in as the Nationals have to regroup. Wood, nice pressure as he steals the puck. Gets hit off it behind the net as the Rockets will try to clear the zone. Hagee will dump it down in the offensive zone. 6 minutes gone here in the first period. Shots 3-2 in this 0-0 hockey game. Hogarth, he'll take the puck and throw in the offensive zone. Doherty, he tries to take a shot. That gets blocked. Another chance by Hogarth again. He puts that one for just wide. Another shot from distance. That gets tipped. Emsley having to read a lot of deflections out front. Finally finds the puck and hangs on just under his arm, and we'll get our first whistle of the game.
Yeah, I'm just looking confident in the net as we're going to look at the physical play. We've seen a lot of it here at the Western Fair so far early on this season. And once again, it's O'Reilly, the rookie. He's been providing, like you mentioned, the offensive presence, but right there he shows you his physical side as well, laying the body right in the middle of the ice.
Face off just to the left-hand side of Michael Emsley. Won by the Nationals, picked up by Logan Paceroff. Gets it up to the red line, blue line, can't quite clear it though. O'Reilly gets it stolen off his stick. Cameron down low again, another shot, that gets blocked right out front. Nationals will try to clear the zone again. Gets to the blue line, still kept in. Panchino down low again, bouncing puck, still can't get it to go. Another shot, that one goes off another body out front, and this time out of play. As always, our first period is brought to you by J&F Concrete and Ready Mix.
Bambi so far in this game, he's looked pretty solid in goal so far. He's not been too aggressive. He's solid in his net, doesn't make that aggressive push anywhere, just keeps himself under control, makes the saves that he needs to make, and he's getting face-offs for his team when he's needed to.
Absolutely, as we get talk about up here, Milne, he'll clear the zone. Nice huge hit on his two Nationals collide right at the blue line. Richter walks in, he takes a shot, goes off the stick of Fisher and out of play. And it looked like Milne and Power collided hard right at the Nationals blue line.
Yeah, Power just not realizing that his player is there. So we'll take a quick look at it. You can see they just collide a little bit, just a miscommunication, and luckily for them, there wasn't a scoring chance for Strathroy, and so they had a face-off to the left side of Emsley.
Palmer gets the puck, gets it out of the zone. Picked up now by Power. Power across the blue line. Great work there as he powers his man down to the ice. Loose puck again, open net, tries to go, but Power can't get the shot off, but will draw a penalty on a tripping call, as that's a fantastic effort by the call-up.
Yeah, Power able to get this puck. He tries to make the inside move, but he makes the aggressive stand up there. He realizes the hit's coming, but then the inadvertent trip down of the skates, kind of an inadvertent play there. And so going to the box is going to be Reed Levesque, as he will go sit for 2 minutes on the trip. Just kind of an accidental trip on that play, and the Nationals will go to their hot power play so far this season.
Absolutely, operating at 37% right now. One of the best in the entire league. Not too surprising, as that seems to be a trend almost every year for the Nationals. Across the blue line, Chard. Over to McGowan. Nationals get a chance to set up. Big shot by Bowers. That one just goes wide. Julian on the far side. Throws it down low, right out front. Again to Bowers. Bowers tries to put it on. Kicks the puck out front by Chard. Back to McGowan at the point. Over to Julian. Back to McGowan. Julian again. McGowan takes a shot. That hits a body out front. Rockets try to clear and will. Great job there by Hewitt as the Rockets go off for a change. Loose puck, bit of an errant pass by Chard. Almost finds its way into the Nationals net as Emsley out in no man's land. Jacob Julian, he'll come down full head of steam, tries to cut his way into the middle. And we're going to see a penalty coming here to Jacob Julian, looks like, for head contact.
And Julian going to the box, as we'll see it, and you can see it just happens right there, kind of right in front of the official as he takes the Strathroy defenseman down on the play. So we'll see some 4-on-4 for roughly 52 seconds of action, and so we'll see some 4-on-4. And Strathroy sends out their forward unit, and London responds.
McGowan picks up the face-off, picks up the puck after the Nationals face-off win. As they'll try to come up with speed. Over to Zurich. Zurich's got McGowan up front. Fans on the pass. Now tries to get it over out front again, but still can't connect on the pass. McGowan continues to apply a lot of pressure. Gets to the blue line. Kept in by Zurich. Down to O'Reilly. Back to the blue line to Lloyd. O'Reilly cross ice to McGowan. McGowan bobbles the puck and just takes that extra second too long, and that puck gets deflected out of play.
Again, we're seeing the presence of Owen McGowan here, as he's been throwing a lot of puck towards the Strathroy goaltender in Reed, as he's trying to capitalize on opportunities, and he's been going on the forecheck a lot so far tonight. He's being a dog on the puck, trying to get after it, and he's going to continue to stay on the ice here for this 4-on-4.
Face-off scrummed, will go to the Rockets. They'll try to clear the zone, a little bit of miscommunication, but Smith will carry it out. All the way down. Faulkner hits Lloyd hard into the boards, but McGowan will clean up the puck. Outlet pass for Chard. Lucas Chard has a bit of an opening, but can't make anything happen with it. Quickly stolen back the other way. Comes Barnes, across the blue line. Down to Faulkner. Faulkner trying to assess the situation. Gets up to the half wall, back to the blue line to Barnes. Barnes walks in, over to Smith. Looks like Lucas Chard hurt on the play as he's going down the hall, going down the tunnel. Back out front, puck loose, puck in the slot areas. Trying to get a hold of his Barnes. On the stick of Barnes again. Puck goes back up, bounces off the stick. And big shot just goes wide. Smith tries to pinch in. Kept on the sticks of the Rockets again. Back to 4-on-4 expires on this Strathroy power play here for the last 12 seconds. Drop back up. Here come the other way. He's Caden Faulkner. Fanchina has the puck behind the net. He gets taken down by Bunker, or by Palmer. Another shot from distance. That one just goes wide. Another shot. This one comes off Ballack. Behind the net again. The Rockets still trying to get some semblance of control. Another shot just goes wide. Bouncing puck loose right out front. Emsley has to make the quick save. as the puck bounces off behind the net and right in front of Emsley. Has to be sharp on that play.
Yeah, I was gonna see it. It's a seeing eye shot. As it goes down low, it bounces off the boards and then lands right in front of the goal line. And Emsley's deep in his crease, and he's able to make sure that puck does not cross the goal line. He stays deep, makes the save, and keeps the game tied at 0 so far in this first period.
Face-off won by the Nationals, but quickly stolen back by Noah Cameron. Back to the blue line. Onto the stick, Cameron. Cameron, nice little move as he puts it down low. Trying to get the puck out is McKinnon. Duarte in there. Some hard work by Duarte as that puck comes out. Dundas. Stolen off his stick. Back across the blue line is Piercy. He takes a shot. Emsley makes the save. Bunker, he'll put out the boards. Now over to Dundas. Stolen back by the Rockets. In the offensive zone, puck just a little too far ahead of any National player. Behind the net to Fisher. Fisher tries to circle back, but there's another Rocket standing right there. Fisher now carries up the right wing side. Over to Duarte. Duarte across the blue line. Dumps it down into the corner. He goes off for a change. Puck clears the zone, comes up the left wing side. Stolen back by Lloyd. Lloyd throws it to an open wing. The Rockets will collect it and throw it back down in the offensive zone. Cameron tries to get a play back to his defense, but stolen back by the Nationals. Canchina. Bouncing puck. That will go all the way down. We will get an icing on this play as the Nationals finally get an opportunity to have an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, this game, first period has gone by rather quickly so far. And again, just the presence on the back end of McGowan and also the addition of Carson Lloyd. He played for the London Knights last year, played 6 games for them. So it's an added addition on that top defensive unit. And, you know, Lloyd's going to be a guy this year that is going to help McGowan, allow him to be more on the offensive side. Lloyd's going to take his chances too, but knowing that he's got McGowan on his left side is going to be a big addition here for the Nationals.
So it'll be very interesting. The Nationals are going to have some tough decisions in the future, especially if when Kopchuk comes back, because Kopchuk was playing that top defensive pairing as well. So Nationals bringing in a lot more talent on that back end. It's going to be a very difficult time for any offense to really be generated by an opposing team. Played down low by Palmer. Stolen off his stick. Gets back into neutral ice. Pacina. Bows for it down low. Picks up the puck. He gets pushed off finally. Again behind the net is Faulkner. Put up the wall. Picked up by Milne. Milne. Middle of the ice over to Power. Power carries it in. Over to Lloyd. Down low to Power. Just out of reach of him. Power, a little miscommunication as he almost runs right into Palmer. Up the center ice. Faulkner walks in, right out front. Nice pass, gets onto the stick. And a bit of a bouncing puck as the Rockets can't make anything happen right in tight on Emsley.
Gina with the golden scoring opportunity right out in front of Emsley, but he's able just to control. As you can see, Faulkner just swings this down low. And you can just see again, Pacina gets a golden scoring opportunity, and again, Emsley just big right in front of the net. It floated on him just a little bit, so it's an easy ended up save for Emsley.
Yeah, dangerous opportunity, not a place you want to have a guy who can score in front of you, like Pacina. Walking in, another slot opportunity, beautiful shot off the stick of Hewitt, but Emsley stands up to the challenge.
Yeah, I've been liking Emsley's game so far. He's aggressive when he needs to be. You can see right there on that shot, he was out on the top of the blue, makes the glove save, and again, he's just able to control things. Reminds me a lot of Aiden Barry in ways where, you know, where he's controlled, not too aggressive, not too much of panic in his game, very controlled.
O'Neill, he walks in, makes a nice little move. Hall continues to apply pressure. O'Reilly down to Chard, back to Hall. Lucas Chard back out on the ice now after getting that stinger up high. Curtis Heggie, lead pass for Chard. Chard just didn't, O'Reilly didn't clear in time. Nationals have to cycle back and regroup. Oh, breakout pass blocked by Chard. Over the blue line comes O'Reilly. O'Reilly shoots, just goes wide. Heggie, he takes a shot. That one gets blocked by Hall. Shot, long distance, another shot just off the bouncing puck off the back wall as Hogarth gets a chance. Emsley with a sharp save. Pace Roth carries it up, gets it over to Chard. O'Reilly, he takes a shot from distance, bouncing puck. Bowers tries to get a stick on it but can't connect. 2-on-1 possibility just out of reach as the Faulkner brothers couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Fisher, cross ice. Picked up. Ace Roth tries to get across the blue line. Now be brought over. Zurich, he takes a shot as he falls down on the play. Nice save by Reed. Back the other way. Faulkner across the blue line, throws it out front, bouncing puck. That one just kicked wide by Emsley. Loose puck again. McKinnon and Fisher both on their heels as they manage to get the puck back out. Now go down the length of the ice. Not far enough for icing though. Ballack, he'll throw it around the boards. Strong play down low by Zurich. Or by Wood. Wood gets some help down low by Julian. Now throw it around the boards. Zurich throws the body as Nationals recover the puck. Back to the blue line, kept in by McGowan. McGowan right in the slot. Wood takes a shot, just saved by Reed as he makes a stretching leg save.
And so far, it's been a battle of the goaltenders. As you can see, the Nationals. Wood gets a weak shot off, but Reed's able to make the save. And then again, Wood doing the right thing. He keeps his momentum going towards the net in case of a loose puck. And again, Reed was able to control it, keep the pad down, make the save. Shots on goal so far, Reed 10-6 in favor of the Rockets so far in this game.
Puck be picked up and brought out. Behind the net, Nationals will collect the puck. Try to get it out front. Strathroy, he'll pick it up. Pinned against the boards by McGowan. Gets some help in the corner by Lloyd. Up to the half wall, back to the blue line to Smith. Smith takes a shot. That one just bounces wide off the back wall. Another shot that goes through the slot area. No one there to pick it up. Bouncing puck collected by Dundas. Off the boards, kept in by Smith. Stolen back again by the Nationals. They counterattack the other way. Across the blue line, another shot, and Reed makes the save. Gets to the blue line, kept in by McGowan. Tip play out front. Dundas tries to get a hold of it, but the bouncing puck won't stay down for him. Puck just left into the Nationals territory. Lloyd will pick it up. Throws up to Dundas. Dundas banks off the wall to Milne. Milne circles around, tries to find a shot in the slot area. Back the other way, partial 3-on-2 developing. Cameron, he walks in, tries to get a pass, nice defensive play. Another chance inside, and beautiful save again by Emsley, as we're going to see another penalty coming here, this one to the Nationals.
Yeah, again, the Rockets come down with rocket speed. They come down, and you'll see the interference calls. It's right at the top right corner of your screen there. Interference call for on that one there as Dylan Dundas goes down for interference as he just takes out the Rocket forward trying to drive the net. And so the Rockets, they'll go to their first power play of tonight's contest. And like we mentioned at the top, they also have a decent power play so far this season.
They had a partial power play earlier in the game. Didn't get too much of a chance to set up, but we'll see what they do with 2 full minutes now. Laid right down low. Quick shot from a sharp angle. Doesn't get to go. Another penalty coming here. This one to Curtis Heggie. Another shot outside. Just shoots and scores! Cole Smith. Beautiful shot right at the dot. Puts it right over the shoulder of Michael Emsley.
Well, we talked about how the Rockets have a pretty good power play, and there was a delayed penalty coming up on the play, and so they work it out in front of the net It works over to Smith, and Smith has the open side on the right, and he picks the top corner. And now the Rockets have a 1-0 lead, and then I think with that penalty that was being called on the ice, Dundas is going to go off, but I still think the Nationals are going to still be penalized here, as the referee is currently talking to Jacob Julian about this. So we'll see what the call will be. It looked like it was a check from behind type call, a cross-checking call. So we're going to see as there's the officials currently having a conversation with Dave Matzos.
Should be Curtis Heggie heading to the box, and another penalty coming here to the Nationals. But it looks like it might be a discussion on how long. As when Hogarth came over to talk to the referee, puts up a 4 on his hand, just asking what it will be. So we'll see what the actual call is.
So in that situation, I assume
Power's heading to the box to serve.
And Heggie's night looks like it might be over as he's going to the locker room. So we'll see what the call is. And it looks like it's just a 2. So he would have got a 4-minute. So he goes off. So we'll see what will be announced here as the officials have made their decision.
So it looks like it should be a 2 and a 10, most likely for hitting from behind. So the Rockets made quick work of their last power play. We'll see if they can double dip here and extend their lead. Laid down low, McKinnon tries to get a hold of the puck. Stolen by Julian. Julian will clear the zone and sends it all the way down to the far side. Fortier picks it up for the Rockets. Drop pass over to Richter. Fortier, cross ice pass, bouncing just over the stick. Can't quite hold on to it as Ficina. Kept in the offensive zone again. Ficina walks in. He takes a shot. Blocked. Still kept in the offensive zone. Another clearing attempt. That one goes right into the chest of Ficina. Moves in. Hogarth. He'll keep it in the offensive zone. Throws it down in the corner. Nationals just trying to keep the puck to the outside. Cross-ice pass right in tight. Richter, he can't get a shot off. Bouncing puck still loose. And will finally clear the zone. Julian bounces it out of midair to make sure it stays out of their own zone. Nationals get some penalty killers off the ice. Ficina across the blue line. Throws to an open wing. Miller just walks in, takes that shot as Faulkner. All the way back to the far end is Barnes. He'll pick it up for the Rockets as he'll try to carry it out. Picked up by Caden Faulkner. Brought down, gets to the blue line, can't quite clear the zone. Now brought in, Faulkner again, walks in the slot, takes the shot right into the crest of Michael Emsley as the penalty expires. So we'll have one more face-off here with 4 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, again, the Rockets are doing a good job of transitioning in the neutrals on. Faulkner's able to get a mini breakaway and again gets the shot off quickly and Emsley makes the save. So 4 seconds here, we'll see what happens.
Another quick shot by Smith. That one just goes high. Smith looking for his second goal of the game, but can't get it to go. As we will head into our first intermission with the Rockets leading the London Nationals by a score of 1-0. You're watching the London Brewing Co-op Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
My daughter is 7 years old and has a frenemy. They have play dates that always end up in a fight or tears. This friend bosses her around and treats her poorly, but she still wants to be her friend. What's a parent to do?
I would let them acquiesce to a certain amount, and then, when they're at this age, you still need to be supervising their play dates. So I might step in, not to correct the bossy child, but it's my child that I'm concerned about. I would just expose her to other people, teach her to have a voice, and let her know that she's got options.
It was my daughter's birthday. She was blowing out the candles on her cake when we heard coming from the TV. So we stopped and listened, and it helped us get to safety. That's why when I think of my daughter's birthday, because now she gets to keep having them.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Faulkner, he plays for the Strathroy Rockets. Caden, what's your favorite thing about playing for the Strathroy Rockets?
I think the boys are good. We have a close group. A couple guys have been here for a couple years, so it's always fun coming to the rink for practice and stuff like that. We keep it light, so definitely the boys for sure.
You and your brother have been doing phenomenal in terms of keeping a lot of points up for the Rockets this season. How do you like playing with your brother?
I think we've both been waiting for this for a while. We both have a similar type of play. Good hands, like to make plays, and I don't think either one of us expected us to be playing this well together, but we're going to keep it going and see if we can build off this and keep it rolling.
Awesome. And what's a goal that you have for your team so far this season?
Honestly, I think just keep going. I don't think anyone expected us to be where we are right now. A lot of teams overlook us, and I feel like we're underdogs, so keep putting up wins, keep getting points every game, and see where we finish at the end of the season. Hopefully it's at the top.
Thanks so much, Caden. We'll be right back with more London Brewing Co-op and Nationals hockey right after this.
Smudging is a very important part in our life as we're all learning to walk the good way. When we smudge, we use the sacred medicine. The white sage, the sweetgrass, the tobacco, and the cedar. It cleanses negative energy and replaces it by a positive energy. When I smudge, I cleanse my end and my eagle feather and start cleansing my breath to have better words. I will smudge my eyes so I could see the better things offered to me. I will smudge my ears to hear the good thing that people have to say. I will smudge my hair to have good thinking from my head. I will bring the smudge to my feet so I could walk in respect with our Mother, the Earth. Smudging is the way we give our prayers to connect our spirit to the Creator. We express gratitude for the gift of life, the learning, and growth.
My husband is a wonderful man and a great father when he's not drinking. I'm so angry he chooses alcohol over us. If he really loved us, he'd stop drinking, right? My counselor suggested I try Al-Anon. I didn't understand why. I'm not the one with the problem, but I'm glad I went. Do you worry about someone's drinking? You are not alone. Al-Anon or Alateen can help. Call 866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Coming up this week on Chillin' and Growin' with Jeff, Jeff visits Bogline Barbecue, see how they make smokers out of old propane tanks. Watching Chillin' and Growin' with Jeff Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, 1-0 is your score in favor of the Strathroy Rockets over the London Nationals in what turned out to be a very slow start to the period, but Strathroy really picked up in the second half and really dictated the play for the most part of the first period.
Absolutely. That first half of the period, teams were going back and forth, trying to get their legs going, and then the second half of that period, Strathroy was able to transition quickly out of their zone, quick into the neutral zone, and then they were able to capitalize on the power play, scoring a couple of goals, and they lead so far in this first period. I've been really impressed by the Rockets so far here in this first period.
Yeah, they managed to pick up the one and only goal so far in this game on the power play. Just some great work overall by the Strathroy's power play, getting Cole Smith his second goal of the season as the puck comes right up to him, right on the dot, and it makes no mistake as he buries a top corner over Mike Lemsley, and was just crisp passing overall as Smith there, his second of the season on the power play. Shots is all you can see there as well. 14-7 in favor of the Rockets, as the Nationals really didn't even challenge Liam Reed pretty much the entire period.
No, and that's the thing. Like tonight, we've seen the Rockets keep the Nationals to the outside. We haven't really seen too many golden scoring opportunities. I mean, we saw Sam O'Reilly have that shot right out in front that Reed was able to make that big save. But other than that, we haven't seen a lot of scoring opportunities for the Nationals. A lot of the shots have been coming from the outside. And, you know, Reed's been playing tough. You know, again, he's aggressive out in front of his paint. And he's making the saves when he's needing to. And again, like there's the shot there by O'Reilly. He's able to make that save. But again, everything's to the outside for the Nationals, so they need to try to find that inside move.
Yeah, the Nationals got a few chances, but as you can see from what you're seeing on the on screen right now, they're all from the outside, nothing in the dangerous areas, which is what the Nationals really need to do. And the Rockets defense is doing a fantastic job of just minimizing any of these opportunities that the Nationals are getting, which is very odd from a Nationals team that we've seen just light up everybody they've seen so far this season. Both other games we've seen here on Wednesday night, the Nationals have a combined 17 goals in 2 games at home. So very odd to see them go scoreless in one period here.
Yeah, it definitely is odd. And I mean, normally the Nationals are able to find the holes in the defense, and so far we haven't seen that here tonight. I mean, again, O'Reilly, that was really the only opportunity in the game where the Nationals found a hole in the Strathroy defense. Other than that, they've been keeping things really tight, keeping things, again, to the outside, not allowing any real dangerous scoring chances like you mentioned.
Absolutely. And then on the other side of the ice, Michael Emsley's doing everything he can to make sure the Nationals stay in this contest. As 14 shots in one period, he's getting tested a lot.
Absolutely, and you know, he reminds me a lot of Aiden Berry in ways where he's confident in the goal, he's aggressive when he needs to be, doesn't panic a lot when he's inside the crease. He's just making things controlled, moving side to side nice and easy. You know, you can see it here on your screen, just simple shots that are going towards him, and he's not allowing many rebounds tonight either. Everything that's, you know, coming towards the front of him, he's able to make the save and, you know, get the whistle and make the change that the Nationals need.
Absolutely. And now just first impressions now of Sebastian Zurich and Cameron Lloyd.
Yeah, Cam Lloyd played for the London Knights last year. He's going to provide a big presence for Owen McGowan on the back end. He's going to be a guy that will settle things down. You know, if McGowan wants to go rush, Lloyd's going to be the guy that is going to be staying at home. He's your typical stay-at-home defenseman. And for Zurich, I liked his game so far. He's a big body, 6'1", and still growing as a forward. So he's a guy that likes to get down to the front of the net. He's going to be a guy that, you know, if a shot gets on, look for him to try to cash in on a rebound or two.
Had a couple opportunities so far in this first period. We'll see if he can plot his first as a National, as we will be back with more after in the first intermission after this.
The world's most famous Canadian, Grey Owl, just back from a triumphant British tour, is to be a reluctant guest at a gathering of First Nations.
Archie, you may not realize this, but right now you are the most famous Red Indian in the world. These are your people. You have to be there. Come on, Harold, let's go.
Sure, I'm sure. His name is Archie Bellini, and if he's a Red Indian, I'm the King of China.
It is an honor to meet the man called Grey Owl, who has brought much respect for our people.
Imposter, rascal, dreamer, and yet the Englishman who called himself Grey Owl awoke the whole world to our vanishing wilderness.
My brother says, men become what they dream. You have dreamed well.
The regulars, the guys who keep this place in business. Last week, they had something to celebrate. Jason had just finished university. So they toasted his profs, his TAs, his old roommates. Well, they toasted just about everyone. But I worry about and take care of my guys. So even when I know they're not driving, sometimes that means bringing them a little surprise. And then they had a drink to me.
Brought to you by Smart Serve Ontario and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
Takes readers behind the scenes and beyond the box score, offering news, analysis, long form, and interview. All produced by local journalists. Catch the coverage at GameDayLondon.com. Looking at our Paul Duarte and associate shots on goal after 20 minutes of play, the Rockets leading the Nationals by a total of 14-7, doubling them up in a very rare scene here at the Western Fair Sports Center. Now taking a look at our next contest here. As always, same time, same place for our Wednesday night tradition as the St. Thomas Stars are in town to take on the London Nationals as one of the Nationals' most heated rival comes to town. Taking a look now as the Nationals hit back on the ice. Opportunity here to bounce back. What really would you say if you're Dave Mastos in this situation?
In this situation, if I was Dave Mastos, I would likely say to this group, we're only down one here, and in this situation, it's maybe you skate a little more aggressively, try to find that open hole, try to find the open spaces where Strathroy isn't. And Strathroy's doing a good job of keeping it to the outside, so maybe try to force yourself to get towards the inside areas, try to maybe get a deflection onto the Strathroy netminder and Reed. So, if you're London, is try to get as much puck as you can on Reed. He's going to be a goaltender that's going to see a lot of the net this year for the Rockets, and so if you want to win tonight's matchup, you got to get a shots on net. You got 7 in the first. You try to hope to double that here in the second period.
Absolutely, and we'll see what can happen as we get set for our second period. Both starting at 5-on-5 as the Nationals did kill off that last power play right before the end of the period. Starts off with that line of O'Reilly, Wood, and Julian. Picked up, puck by McGowan. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd will collect it, bring it across the blue line, and start the Nationals attack. Carries it down in the corner, right out front, gets it onto the stick of Wood, but Wood can't do anything with it. He gets knocked down. Still tries to keep the puck in the blue line, and does. Wood just throws it a little too far ahead of him as it bounces out. Back the other way. Faulkner across the blue line. Almost picked off his stick. Back behind the net again. Finchina, he can't do anything with it. Bouncing puck again. Still trying to go out, anybody get control of it. Now we brought out O'Reilly across the blue line. Streaking right out front. Julian tries to get a chance, but can't connect on the shot. Brings it to the backhand, but just not enough to get it in. We've seen Julian score a couple of those already this season, exactly like that. As O'Reilly comes in, brings it over out front again to Julian. Julian can't handle it again. Very uncharacteristic of Jacob Julian down low. Julian again, bouncing puck. Picked up by Hewitt. He tries to clear the zone and will. Body blocked by Pace Rock. O'Reilly gets it back in, but it's sent right back into neutral zone. O'Reilly throws it down into the corner. On the far side is Smith. Smith up to the wall. Up to Hogarth. He'll carry it across the blue line. Circles back, but throws the puck into the far corner. Hit down low is Hewitt. Bouncing puck again, does clear the zone as the Rockets will just send it right back into Nationals territory. Long stride, this good puck comes out across the blue line by Fisher. Fisher, right to the point. Chard winds up, he takes a shot. Tipped right out front by Zurich. Zurich right on the half wall. He pins the puck, tries to get some support. Still kept in by the Nationals. Thrown down low again, tries to get it on the stick of Bowers. It'll be turned back into neutral ice. Puck off the wall to Bowers. Now brought back up Zurich. He gets hit by Hall, but manages to stay with it and get the offensive zone. Chard down low. Bowers gets a tip out front. Nice save by Reed. Puck we sent down the length of the ice, and that one just goes enough for icing. So we'll have another face-off, this time in the Rockets territory.
And the Nationals getting off on the right foot here in this second period as Jacob Julian's able to go in alone. We've seen Julian cash in on those opportunities, but early on, the ice is still a little fresh, so the puck might have just slid off of Julian's stick. An unfortunate break there for the Nationals.
Puck onto the stick of Milne. Milne, nice move, gets inside, puts it out front, tries to get it on the stick of Power, but can't go. What a chance. Here comes Cameron the other way. Bouncing puck, stolen by Palmer. Palmer over to Power. Power is going to carry it down the left wing side. 4 Rockets against him. Takes the shot in from distance. Power recovers it again. Huge hit by Power behind the net. And we'll get a whistle on the play. Be tripping is the call as the Nationals head to the power play. As AJ Power continues to have a couple huge plays.
I'm getting a little dipsy-do, tiny dancer-type moves on there. As he just goes a little dipsy-do and then gets the shot off. And Power's been impressive so far in this game, you know. And then he goes behind the net and makes a physical play. He's getting himself into this game. And sooner rather than later, he's going to find himself in the back of the score sheet here.
Julian over to Bowers. Bowers, huge shot from the point. Nice save by Reed. Chard picks it up, back to Bowers again. Bowers walks in, he takes a shot, that gets deflected. Still kept in, diving play by Chard to make sure the Nationals maintain control. Puck's thrown around the boards, picked up by Julian on the near side. Piercy, he tries to put it out, bounced off a skate, still keeps on the stick of the Nationals. Back to McGowan. McGowan walks to the center, takes a shot on net, bouncing puck again, still loose. Gets to the blue line, kept in again. McGowan to Julian. Cross ice to Bowers. Bowers walks in. He takes a shot. Nice save again by Reed. The Rockets finally clear. And we'll try to quickly get off for a change. Hemsley leaves it for McGowan. Minute already gone on the power play. McGowan into the offensive zone. Cross ice pass, bouncing puck. Can't be handled loose, right out front again. Reed trying to find it behind a few bodies, and it goes in! Just driving at it and poking at his Jacob Julian. As it looks like the Nationals tie it up.
Well, we talked about how Jacob Julian had that opportunity earlier. This is what you call just a mess in front of the net. They're just scrambling around. Julian takes a little poke at it, and it trickles through. And the official was right there at the net to see it go through. And now this game is tied up at 1. And now we've got ourselves a game again.
Not the easiest job for a referee in that position. Trying to find a puck behind 4 players and a goaltender. Puck sent all the way down. Nationals power play comes in big just at the start of the second period. Duarte, he gets hit off the puck. Sent back the other way. On to Dundas. Dylan Dundas crossed the blue line. He'll battle for the puck. He'll draw another power play for the Nationals. Duarte back to the blue line to Pace Rock. Cross ice, walking in. Back to the blue line. Pace Rock, open chance, fires. That one hits a blocker. Loose puck again. Just over the net as Dundas had a beautiful chance. And the Nationals get 1 power play goal and get another chance here.
And you can see it right there as Ballack just grabs onto Dundas. Foley basically monkey grabs him, and that's going to be a holding call all day, every day. And so again, the Nationals will go to the power play, and they're going to send their top unit out there on this power play.
Face-off scrummed as it's still lost between some legs. Nationals will come away with the puck. Jacob Julian circles back over to Owen McGowan. Back to Julian. Julian walks in, takes a shot right off the pad of Reed. Rylan Bowers down low. Wood back to Bowers. McGowan winds up, fakes the shot. Thrown down low, backhand chance in tight by Wood. Trying to catch Reed sleeping. Cross ice to Julian. Back to the point again. Julian right down low, trans out front, just goes through the crease and ends up in the legs of Reed. As Wood, wide open chance, but can't make it, can't convert.
I mean, this is just great overall passing here by the Nationals. It gets it in front. Wood has an open 4x6 to shoot at, and he ends up putting it into the pads of Liam Reed. I mean, that's going to be Reed's most easiest save that he was in position for, and Wood unable to cash in. He had an open net to shoot at.
Absolutely, as we'll see if he gets another chance like that. Nationals continue to move the puck crisply. Wood puts it up the wall to Julian. Minute left in the power play. McGowan, top of the blue line. Julian winds up, takes a shot. Reed, beautiful save. Puck comes along the wall. Hall gets a hold of it for the Rockets. He just tries to jam away with it to get it up. 1 Rocket, 3 Nationals. Puck finally comes out, picked up by Wood. Right out front, nobody there. Now picked up again, Chard falling down on the play. He takes a shot. That one goes through the net and just wide. Another chance again. Beautiful shot by Bowers, and that one goes off an arm. Stays in play. McGowan, he walks in. Bowers loose, open wing. Another save again by Reed. Over to Bowers again, takes another shot. That one goes wide. Rylan Bowers has had 4 or 5 chances, but can't convert. Another loose puck down low, still going. Liam Reed having a fantastic penalty kill. Another puck over to Bowers. Bowers ran over to Wood. Wood shoots and scores! Riley Wood makes it 2-1 Nationals.
But we talked about how Riley Wood couldn't cash in on that first goal scoring chance. And this one, he gets a second shot. He gets the redemption goal as he's able to go right into the slot, get the shot off, rockets that one up into the top corner, and the Nationals now have a 2-1 lead over Strathroy here, and that's got to feel good here for Riley Wood, scoring against his former team.
Bit of a redemption play for Riley Wood on that play as well, missing the open net chance, and scores back with a nice goal. Almost a comeback chance there by the Rockets. Puck gets up to the blue line, kept in by Barnes. Nationals now leading in the shot category, 21-15, as the Rockets now only 1 shot on the period to the Nationals 14. Another tip out front as Faulkner can't get it to go on net, as that one goes over the head of Emsley and out of play.
Yeah, good response here by the Rockets after London was able to capitalize on their power play. Strathroy right off the draw comes down in on a 2-on-1 chance, and Michael Emsley's able to make that save, and again, the Rockets able to keep possession as they win this faceoff draw.
Another shot by Ballack. That one goes off the glove of Emsley. Stays on the stick of the Rockets. Faulkner behind the net, tries to throw it out front. Kept in by Ballack. Another shot from the blue line. Emsley blockered away. Puck gets brought to the blue line. Nice work by Milne. But it'll be thrown right back into the Nationals' territory. McKinnon circles back. Gets over to Fisher. Fisher up the wall to Milne. Milne to Palmer. Palmer tries to throw an extra hit to try to get the puck out. Picked up now by Levecki. Brought back out, still battling for it to the Rockets. Now ends up on the stick of on Faulkner. Caden Faulkner across the blue line. Sends it down to Brennan Faulkner. Fisher in the corner. There's the puck. Over to McKinnon. Palmer just takes it and just throws it on net from the blue line. Just misses wide as they go off for a change. Faulkner pressured along the wall. Stolen by Fisher. Fisher takes a shot, but a little bit of a knuckle puck as that one goes a little too high and over the net.
Yeah, good aggressive play there by Fisher. He's able to make the hit along the sideboards, able to get the puck and then make a little move towards the inside, gets the shot off, and it goes up and out of play, and so the face-off will come outside of the Strathroy territory.
Face-off won cleanly by the Rockets. And that one just a little too far, and we'll regroup again, this time in the Rockets territory.
Yeah, we talked about at the start of the second period, what did the Nationals have to do to try to get into this game, and they did exactly what they needed to. Get shots on net. They were able to, again, Dylan Dundas able to draw that penalty, able to allow London to get back into this game, and now they have that lead.
2 power plays don't hurt as well, but especially when you have full control the entire time. Puck gets to the blue line. Doherty He'll clear the zone, gets over to Hogarth. Fortier, he'll put it on net, bouncing puck again. Emsley makes a nice save. Loose puck, still another chance again. Emsley makes a couple decent, good saves in tight. Off the wall, O'Reilly tries to get it out. He falls down on the play. Sent back into the corner. Fortier, cross ice pass, almost lost by Hall, but he managed to keep it in the offensive zone. Backhand chance down low, stolen by the Nationals. Lloyd up to O'Reilly. O'Reilly open wing, has a man going with him, tries to get the pass, beautiful block by Hall. Denies the 2-on-1. O'Reilly, he takes a hit against the wall. Still manages to keep the puck on National sticks. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd, shot from distance, bounces off the net, and that ends up on top of the net, and we'll get a whistle.
Well, we talk a lot about the fortuitous bounces here at the fair, and that one goes off the glass and ends up back on top of the net. And on that one, you know, Reed would have had to have been careful on that. Take a look here at the Strathroy chances as that one goes up, and again, good save there by Emsley as he had to make sure that puck didn't go into the back of the net, and he was able to make the saves right there when he needed to.
Nationals battle for the puck to get it across the blue line, but quickly turned back the other way by the Rockets. Sent down in the corner by Barnes. Puck comes up the wall. Nationals collect it. Long pass intended for Bunker. Bunker will find it now. Gets it across as Dundas tries to streak down the middle. Puck is dropped behind the net. Picked up by Smith. Now over to Cameron. Cameron brings it out. Picked up again right in the slot area. Walks in, takes a shot. That one just goes wide. Here's he had another good opportunity for the Rockets. After a couple power play opportunities by the Nationals, the Rockets starting to come alive again. Puck stolen by Dundas. He'll try to carry it in. Stolen back by Barnes. Gets to the blue line, but still out of delayed offside. Nationals will go off for a change. Puck sent over hard to Cameron. Now over to Smith. Smith hit hard into the boards by McKinnon. Cross ice pass ends up on the stick of Zurich, but Zurich can't get the pass to the cross ice to Bowers. Rockets send it down low. On the far side. Strathroy. Picked up by McKinnon, now over to Bowers. Bowers off the wall, comes out the other way, partial 2-on-1. Lucas Chard walks in, waits, takes a shot, loose puck again, another chance. Comes out front again, McGowan, he winds up, takes a shot. Zurich will leave it. McGowan throws it behind the net. Picked up by Ryland Bowers, right out front. Zurich tries to come in for the one-timer, but tipped at the last second. Lloyd up to Chard. Chard throws to an empty wing. Ballack, he'll collect it and throw it hard into the National zone. Nationals will collect the puck once again. Trying to regroup and get a breakout going. Stolen puck in right in front. Another shot. Emsley has to make a save. Down low. Puck thrown around the boards. Ballack will keep it in. Emsley kicks it aside into the corner again. McGowan carries it across the blue line. Fans on the pass intended for Bowers. Puck ends up right back on the stick of McGowan. Doubles back, looks for an outlet pass. Puck will clear the zone as the Nationals have to try to tag up. Long reach pass intended for Faulkner, but just out of his reach. Milne almost just comes in, takes out Bollock. Gallant can't get a hold of it, stolen by Lloyd. Lloyd throws a nice bounce off the wall. Milne, cross ice. Nationals coming in the offensive zone again. Drop pass, tries to get over to Milne, falls out, and it goes in! Awkward pass finds its way past Liam Reed, and the Nationals will take a 3-1 lead.
A little drop back here to Palmer, and Palmer just throws us on net. It goes off of a Rocket skate and into the back of the net. A bit of an unfortunate bounce there for the Rockets. One you don't want to have as it deflects off of Victor Fortier and into the back of the net. And now the Nationals are up 3-1 on these Rocket men.
Callum Palmer, his 4th goal of the season, and probably the weirdest one he's scored so far. But they don't ask how it goes in, they just ask how many. And the Nationals, just like that, down 1-0 in this game, are now 3-1. Face-off won by the Nationals. Cross ice to O'Reilly. O'Reilly cross the blue line. He walks in right into the slot. Wood gets it on his stick, makes a nice move, but can't get the shot off. Julian on the far side. Right out front again. O'Reilly takes a shot. Beautiful save by Reed.
Once again, the Nationals with a golden scoring opportunity as they get it out in front of the net. O'Reilly again just throws a hard shot onto the net, and Reed's able to be aggressive on that and make the save, and he's got a face-off now to his right for the Strathroy goaltender.
Face-off won cleanly this time by the Rockets as they'll try to break out of their own zone. Pressure being applied by O'Reilly. Barnes leads the rush. Over to Smith. Smith gets stalled up but gets it across the blue line. Down low again. Nice defensive play by Pace Rock. Onto the stick of Riley Wood as he puts that one a little too high as it clips the rafters here at the Western Fair, and we will have another face-off, this time to the left of Michael Emsley.
Yeah, one of the few times there in that situation where if you try to hit that puck up and out of your own zone, it sometimes can hit the stanchions here at the Western Fair, and it hit the top, and it gets a whistle.
Picked up by the Rockets as they'll try to move it out front. Still holding on to the puck. Doherty tries to take a shot, blocked. Here come the Nationals the other way. O'Reilly with speed, he's got Julian with him, tries to get it over to Julian, but nice deflection by Smith. Hogarth throws it right out front, nice play, but that one just can't get a shot to go by Barnes. Back to the blue line, tripped up by Julian. Cross ice pass, that one goes off a stick. Stays in the offensive zone for the Rockets. Down in the corner, Hewitt. Back to the blue line. Doherty tries to get a shot. That one gets blocked. Comes up to the wall now. Levesque picks it up. He takes a shot from the blue line. Tipped right out front. And that one just goes over the net of Emsley. Rockets still buzzing around the net. Levesque again, shot from distance. This time tipped by Julian wide. Wood gets picks it up, and he'll just throw it down length of the ice. That will go for icing, so a very tired Nationals forward group has to stay out there. Big opportunity here for the Rockets as they got some pretty fresh legs out on the ice against, as I said, very tired Nationals group.
Absolutely. Like you mentioned, this is a key opportunity, and looks like a timeout. Yeah, exactly. A timeout's been called by the Nationals, and this is a smart timeout to take here if you're Dave Matzos. You mentioned they have a tired group out there, so this is just to get them freshened up, get a quick drink of water, and regroup in that face-off spot. They've got just under 3 minutes to go here in this second period, and they're out shooting the Rockets 25-21 right now. So, again, this was just a smart call here by Dave Matzos, and he's currently just trying to make sure to regroup his players, get their breakout fixed up a little bit here, and just settle things down.
So ever since the Nationals scored their second goal, shots are 8-2 in favor of the Rockets since then. So this is a good call by Matzos. It regroups your team and then try to get that, because the Rockets are buzzing quite a bit right now.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like we mentioned, this is a big opportunity here for the Rockets inside the Nationals zone. And, again, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Strathroy is a team that, currently sit third in the standings, as that one's won cleanly out.
Comes out right to the blue, right to Reed. Reed gets it back out. Piercy He'll pick it up, gives it across the blue line. Pencino has to make a diving play to stay onside. Kept in again. Rockets throw it down low. Fortier. Pencino. He'll collect it on the boards. Back to the blue line. Fortier, he takes a shot. That finds a leg out front. Rockets still maintain possession. Barnes. Stolen by the Nationals. They'll clear the zone and send it down just enough so the Nationals at least get one player off the ice. Played by McKinnon. Just puts it back into the Rocket zone. Cameron. Now back to Fortier. Throws it down to the offensive zone. On the far side, Dundas will pick it up. Throws it behind the net to McKinnon. Back to Dundas. That could actually hits the gap in the wall and goes right back to McKinnon behind the net. Off the wall to Duarte. Duarte tries to get it past Fortier, but he can't. Back in the Nationals territory, McGowan, he'll just try to rifle it down the length of the ice. Tipped by Dundas and ends up back on the stick of the Rockets. 2:50 remaining here in the second period. Still 3-1 is your score in favor of the Nationals. Puck picked up. Floated into neutral ice. Rockets continue to dictate play here in the second half of the period. Barnes across the blue line. Tries to throw right out front. Emsley, beautiful backhand save as he has to go post to post to make that one. Nationals digging away at the puck in the corner. Picked up by McGowan. McGowan loses it right in the slot area. He tries to come back and make the play. Shoots it, scores! And a couple mistakes end up in the back of the net as the Rockets come right back and make this a one-goal hockey game.
Yeah, like you mentioned, a few mistakes in the National zone as they strip McGowan off the puck and able to cash that one in. There's Nicholas Salvatore as he's able to just throw it a little backhand. It hits off the glove of Emsley and into the back of the net. And once again, down one, the Rockets are still in this. It's a tight scoring game, tight in the shot column, so we've got ourselves a good game here at the Western Fair.
Face off one by the Rockets. They try to come right back. Faulkner gets it across the blue line. Try to send it right back up the wall, but it gets stalled out. Behind the net, Pace Rock. Moves it up. Zurich, he can't get a hold of the puck. Still Nationals trying to get any kind of possession going. Played by Chard. And finally comes out again in neutral ice. Lloyd makes a nice move. Circles his round, gets through three players. Gets over to Bowers, right out front. Chard over down low again to Lloyd. Lloyd just didn't have the opportunity to get the shot off. Chard back to the blue line. Pace Rock, he takes a shot from distance. Loose puck again, still can't find it. Reed doesn't know where it is. Another shot from the blue line, that one goes wide. Bouncing puck along the wall. Chard can't get a hold of it. Will be picked up by Lloyd in the neutral ice. Stolen now by the Rockets. Come back the other way. Partial 2-on-1, but it can't get the pass to go. Puck stolen back by the Nationals. Chard trying to get a possession. Gets it up to the right into the slot area. Picked up by Zurich. Now over to Pace Roth. Pace Roth across the blue line. Bowers calling for it on the far side. Bowers takes his man down. Rockets will collect the puck. They'll bring it back the other way. Both Faulkner brothers coming in together. Takes the shot. That one just goes high and wide and out of play.
Okay, the Rockets trying to capitalize on London's long change. As again, you had the Faulkner brothers going up the ice and having a scoring opportunity there as they'll shoot it up and over, and the face-off will come outside of the London terrain with just more than 30 seconds left to go in this second period.
Puck gets brought up. That one goes right hard off the linesman's leg. Now over onto McGowan's stick. He'll carry it out. Cross the red line in the offensive zone. Hall tries to pressure McGowan, but he gets a hold of it. Hall now, up the wall. Doherty. Picks it up, now stolen back. Milne tries to get a hold of it. He gets pinched down in the corner. Ends up on a stick of Julian. Julian throws a hit late. Linesman quick to jump on that play as the second period expires. That's another great work by the Run Nationals to come back in this contest, and we'll head into the secondary intermission up 3-2. You're watching the London Brewing Co-op Nationals hockey here on Rogers TV.
Hi, my name is Mike Arsenault. I'm a morning show host and digital broadcast journalist at Chorus Entertainment. What is the hardest part about being a parent? Having kids. And I became a volunteer at Rogers TV London way back in 2012. I always wanted to work in the broadcast industry, but I didn't have the educational background, so I figured Rogers TV was the best way for me to get my foot in the door to the media broadcast industry. If you're willing to put the time in, good things will happen, and start early. I didn't start getting paid to be on television until I was 28. Started volunteering, I think, around 22 or 23. But if I had the educational background in either journalism or media, I would have been able to start my career just a little bit quicker.
Thing about playing for the London Nationals?
Yeah, it's just a great organization, great hockey team. The team gets along great and can't complain.
You are 6th in the GOHL point producers. How are you looking to get some more points on the board for your team this season?
Yeah, I mean, points, I'm not even looking at them, to be honest. I just want to win. I want that Sutherland Cup ring, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And what is the goal that you have for your team this season?
Yeah, we want to win as much as we can and lose as little, and yeah, win the Sutherland Cup.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jacob. We'll be right back with more London Nationals hockey and London Brewing Co-op right after this.
I'm sure right now a lot of you feel like you aren't able to be who you truly are.
What's most important, more important than everybody else knowing who you are, is that you know who you are.
As a young person, time moves slower for you. And just know that things will get better.
It Gets Better Canada is a registered Canadian charity with a focus on uplifting our queer youth through the power of digital storytelling.
As a Two-Spirit person, I use they, them pronouns, but that's not the case for every Two-Spirit person.
There are so many voices out there that we didn't have 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
No matter what your mind tells you, you really are perfect the way you are, so stop beating yourself up so much.
I'm gonna be a boy in a dress, because why not?
Your identity is explosive.
We all have our unique journeys, but one thing that connects us all is the desire to be happy, the desire to celebrate being our authentic selves.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have the authority, the ability, and the tools to determine if drivers are impaired by legal or illegal drugs. And because drug-impaired drivers can pose just as great a risk as drunk drivers, they face the same penalties, like the loss of their driver's license, a criminal record, fines, and more. A message from the RCMP, the Canadian Association of Chiefs of Police, and Arrive Alive, Drive Sober.
join Mike Jack, who holds multiple world records for eating spicy peppers, as he challenges London restaurants to make the spiciest dishes they can, and then he eats them. This week he visits Shelby's, Powerhouse, and Wing Snob. Watch Jack Up the Heat Monday and Friday at 5:30 p.m. Back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, a much more eventful second period we see here as the Nationals down 1 coming into this period, come alive to start, and now up 3-2 as we head into the third period.
Absolutely. The Nationals were able to get off on the right foot. We talked about it at the start of the second period, how the Nationals needed to try to find their way to the middle, and they did just that, able to capitalize there right at the start, not even 5 minutes in.
Yeah, just some great teamwork and just getting the dirty goals. That's basically how the Nationals got on the board here to start. Jacob Julian just driving away to get that first goal, and then Riley Wood getting that redemption goal after missing the empty net like a minute earlier. So great play, and then this is just wrong place, wrong time for the Rockets as it just finds its way into the net. And then just a big bad turnover by McGowan, uncharacteristic of the Nationals captain, as the Rockets capitalize and make something of it. As you see there, Julian his 9th on the power play, Wood his 8th, that one just coming as a power play expires. Palmer his 4th, assisted by Power at his first point as a London National. And then Sarator, his first goal as a member of the Strathroy Rockets this season, as the Nationals come alive big time on the shot clock as well. 19 shots in that second period, and at one point we're up 14-1 in the shots, so really applying a ton of pressure to start the period.
Absolutely. I mean, I mentioned it off the top of the second period how they needed to double their shot total, and they did just that. They were able to capitalize. And I mean, it's not like it's been a bad goaltending matchup. The goaltending has been really good so far in this game. Both goaltenders are really in it so far.
Absolutely. Liam Reed for the Strathroy Rockets has been a big pillar for this team, making sure they stay in this contest. And as we showed you with those 3 goals, only one of them is one that you're like, maybe you could have had the other 2 just complete flukes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one that goes off of the defender's skate, I mean, that's one that, it's real tough because you're not really expecting to react to that. And then the other 2, yeah, you could have had those, but again, he's working hard tonight. He's standing aggressively in his crease, not allowing too much to get through him. And, he's providing his Rockets, only down 1 heading into the third period. So you never know, especially with this Rocket team being third place in the Western Conference.
Absolutely. They both really, the Rockets themselves really came out to play in that first period. Kind of fell asleep on getting those 2 penalties right away in the second, and we're going to have to see a lot more from them in the third. They did get some opportunities here, did manage to get the 1 goal off the turnover, but have not had a lot of luck really trying to break through on Michael Emsley.
Yeah, Emsley's a goaltender that he likes to be a fighting goaltender, and he likes to, again, same thing for Liam Reed. He's aggressive out front, but again, a goaltender like Emsley, he reminds me of Aiden Barry, where he's controlled in the net, doesn't allow too many rebounds, and the ones that he does, he tries to block her off into the corner or try to get it up towards the blue line. As you can see some of his work here on your screen. Again, not too much dangerous goal and scoring opportunities, but the shots that he did face, he was able to fight them off and put them into the corners and put them into the less dangerous scoring areas.
Absolutely. The Nationals are going to rely on him a lot going into this third period as well. He's going to have to come up big if the Nationals want to come away with the W here. As we said at the top of the show, Nationals 7-0-0-1 on this season. So they've been doing a pretty fantastic job when it comes to getting the wins that you need. The only loss coming to Waterloo in the showcase. They have not been beaten by a team in the Western Conference yet this season. So very interesting to see what happens there. Now, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Kopchak out for the Nationals with a concussion after a pretty nasty hit he took on Sunday night. And what we're seeing is just the hitting to the head is kind of something we got to try to avoid in the games here. We've already seen it twice tonight as well, costing Curtis Heggie his night as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want those types of plays to be happening in our game of hockey here. I mean, unfortunately, when players are trying to make that physical play, they tend to, lean their shoulder a little bit into the opposing player. And unfortunately for Mike Kopchak, he was on the suffering end of it, and he's at home, got a severe concussion. We hope the best for him. But again, tonight we've had a couple of those already here where, it's a dangerous play. Minor hockey already has the stop signs on the backs of jerseys to try to prevent players from doing this type of scenario. So hopefully we see in junior hockey, players be more aware that these types of physical play /hits can, cost a player his year in hockey.
Absolutely. There's no problem with you finishing your hit. I have no problem with that. It's just got to try to be aware of where that situation is and where you are on the ice. Looking over, as we said, beginning of the game, Nationals first in the Western Conference. Strathroy Rockets sitting third right now. So we're almost 20% of the way through the season right now. Nationals leading the way, 5 points up on second place. Leamington and Strathroy both tied with 10. So you can see starting to see who's the top tier teams in the league and who are the teams that are struggling a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, London sitting atop, like you mentioned, their only loss in the showcase, in the shootout. And again, Strathroy, they're going to be a scrappy team. They're going to sit right amongst the top 5 in the Western Conference. They're going to be a team that's going to be in every game, every night. And you're seeing it here tonight. They've had their scoring chances. They've capitalized on the ones, again, the mistake by McGowan, they capitalized on that one. And they're in this game. So heading into this final 20 minutes, I expect the Rockets to finish hard. They pretty much controlled the last half of that second period, not allowing London to get many opportunities going.
Absolutely. One other thing you saw with the standings itself, only 3 points separate second and ninth. So there's a large gap, not a large gap between the top teams in the league right now, with London being the one outlier. Now looking at what we said at the top of the show, keys to the game for the Strathroy Rockets was special teams. On the power play, they've got it done once already, but the penalty kill, which should have been an asset to them tonight, not working too well.
No, and so far, again, Dylan Dundas was able to create an opportunity. He got the holding call, which allowed the Nationals to score one of their goals here tonight. And, London has one of the top power plays in the GOJHL this season. And for Strathroy, they've had a pretty good power play as well. But again, getting into the penalty box, something you not want to do heading into this third period, especially if you're the Rockets. You want to keep London away from the special teams and try to get yourself back into this game.
We'll see how much 5-on-5 action we get into as we get set for our third period here on London Brewing Co-op's Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will endeavor to describe the feeling on this ship.
The American ship is just trailing the Blue Nose.
Angus should never have agreed to this last race. She's too old.
Eddie!
Johnson, halyard back! Get to it, Matt!
Appears there's some kind of difficulty.
There seems to be something loose up there, I believe.
The topsail's foul!
Just once more, old girl, and you can rest.
Her last race and still undefeated, the Blue Nose out of Lunenburg, Nova Scotia was fastest in the world for almost 20 years.
The Canadian film and TV industry recognizes it's time to build a better workforce, which includes more opportunities for Black, Indigenous, and persons of color. HireBIPOC.com is here to help make this happen. Whether you're already in the business, trying to get a start, or in a position to hire, HireBIPOC.com could connect you to the right people. From script to development, production to post, distribution to marketing. Check out HireBIPOC.com now and help build a stronger industry together.
Did you know all the camera operators for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. Taking a look at our Paul Duarte and Associates shots on goal. In the second period, shots were 19-9 in favor of the Nationals, leading us with a total of 26-23 in favor of the London Nationals through 40 minutes of play. Looking at our next contest here on Rogers TV as our Wednesday night tradition continues as the Nationals welcome one of their oldest rivals in the St. Thomas Stars for one of the most anticipated matchups of the season for the Nationals fans. And as always, our third period is brought to you by Collins Clothiers. As we get set here for our third period of action, Rockets still down 1 goal as we get set up here. What do the Rockets need to do to try to bounce back in this game other than stay out of the penalty box?
For the Rockets, for me, they got to keep putting shots on the net. I mean, it's a tight shots on goal matchup. They currently trail by 3 shots, but for them, it's just try to capitalize on London's mistakes. I mean, Owen McGowan made a mistake that we normally don't see him make on the back end, which led to them making it 3-2. So for Strathroy, it's try to capitalize on those mistakes, but also keep the pressure going. We saw in the later half of that second period them having more control, getting lots of shots towards the net, so we'll see how they can try to start here in period number 3.
Face off quickly won by the Rockets a little too well as it goes right into the Rockets territory. Wood picks it up, he takes a shot. That one just goes over the top of Reed and out of play. So the one plus side the Rockets can try to capitalize on is there is a high chance they get another power play throughout this contest. Nationals, the most penalized team in the Western Conference, so they can hope to try to get something else throughout this contest here. And if they can get another opportunity, they have a great chance at tying this game up. Lloyd with the puck, brings it back to center ice. Picked up by Smith on the far side, back in that Rockets territory. Ficina carries it up, gets it into the Nationals territory, but quickly turned back. Bouncing puck played by Emsley. Almost a little bit of a miscue, but the Nationals recover. Picked up by Wood. Wood brings it across the blue line. Nice little touch pass, gets it out front, right out in front of the net, but no one there to capitalize. Back the other way, across the blue line. Ficina. Back down low, can't quite get it onto the stick as Faulkner scrapes right down the middle. Power play opportunity coming here for the Nationals. Just some hard-working play by the Nationals as they get a little bit of opportunity for 6-on-5 here. O'Reilly across the blue line. Still holds onto it. Puts it back to the blue line. Bowers, he takes a shot. Loose puck again, backhand chance, and Reed makes the save off Julian in tight. So mirroring the second period, Nationals getting an early power play opportunity.
And we just talked about how if you're Strathroy, you don't want to get into the penalty box. And they clearly don't listen to us up here in the broadcast area as the Rockets get a tripping call, and now again, the Nationals will go to a power play and see if they can get that as that. We'll go for a high stick.
Yeah, Bowers a little too aggressive on that play as he bats it down, and we'll have a face-off in neutral territory.
Got Ryland Bowers showing off more of the baseball skills as the Blue Jays will be hosting their playoff contentions on Friday night, so Bowers showing off his baseball skills.
Face-off won by the Nationals, picked up by Ryland Bowers. Down to Lucas Chard. Chard across the blue line. It sends it right out front. That one gets blocked. Over to Jacob Julian. Down low again. Tries it right out front. Bowers can't quite get the pass in time. Ends up in his feet. Back to Bowers again. Bowers waits to the point to McGowan. Cross-ice pass, Bowers again. Still can't handle these passes. A little too hard for him to handle tonight. Back to the blue line. McGowan can't quite hold the line as Nationals reset. Bowers across the blue line. Pass is tipped. Hall will clear the zone. Picked up again by McGowan. McGowan assesses the situation. Doesn't like his opportunity. Sends it back, and Lucas Chard will start the attack now. Gets it to the blue line. Bowers across. Cross ice over to McGowan. McGowan waits, takes a shot. That gets deflected into the corner. Picked up by Zurich. Now to Bowers. Ryland Bowers walks in. He takes a shot. That goes off an arm. Stays out again. McGowan at the blue line. Cross ice to Julian. Back to Chard. Chard takes a shot. That gets blocked. That one hurt Hogarth. He goes down hard. Loose puck again. Still bouncing. Can't go out. Kept it at the blue line by McGowan. Great play as he gloves that one down. Bouncing puck now will end up back in neutral ice as the Rockets try to get a change going on the penalty kill. 8 seconds remaining. Puck stolen. Brought out. Fortier carries it across the blue line. Lloyd picks it up. A lot of pressure. Back to 5-on-5 action. Puck comes around to Zurich on the close side. McGowan behind the net. Back to Lloyd. Little pitch and catch with McGowan. Brought back out by the Nationals. Loose puck lost in some feet. The Nationals will carry it across the blue line now by Milne. Milne's attempt goes right off the stick of Smith. Skate a miss. Picked up now by Palmer. Palmer takes a hit by Cameron, but gets in the offensive zone. Smith again down low. He tries to send it up the wall. AJ Power gets in on it, but it's stolen back by the Rockets. Gets past Pace Roth. Cameron tries to break in. He gets stopped up as the Nationals will try to attack. Stolen again. Cameron just avoids a couple hits. Still ends up on a stick of the Rockets, but the Nationals going to get another power play opportunity as Carson Lloyd draws a slashing call.
Yeah, Lloyd trying to step up on this play as he gets the stick knocked right out. You can see it right here. He tries to step up right there, and then there's this slash every time on that one. And once again, the Nationals will go back to the power play here. Just 15 minutes in, or pardon me, 5 minutes in to this third period. And once again, the Rockets getting in a little bit of penalty trouble here in this third period.
The Nationals are doing really well right now to draw the penalties. They're constantly moving their feet and just trying to stay in plays no matter what happens. And it's working really well as it's already drawn 2 in this period. It drew 2 in the last period as well. Zurich. Back to Pace Roth. Up to Palmer. Palmer, bit of space, carries it down the left wing side. He gets hit into the corner. Ends up on the stick of Barnes. Barnes pins it along the wall. Now 3 Nationals players trying to dig it out. 4 Nationals down in the corner. Zurich gets the puck out, but can't quite get it to Palmer. Now gone to the stick of Palmer as he tries to set up with O'Reilly. Thrown cross ice. O'Reilly at the top of the blue line. Palmer. Back to O'Reilly, back to Pace Roth now. Now over to O'Reilly. Over to Lloyd. Lloyd, he walks over. Tries to find a lane. Takes a shot. That goes off a leg and out of play. Bit of a new look second unit power play out there for the Nationals as both Lloyd and Zurich out there. And Masto's changing up now, bringing out the first unit once again.
Yeah, and I like what head coach Dave Matos did there. Put the new guys out on power play unit number 2, trying to find some chemistry out there. And they worked the puck around well, but unfortunately wasn't able to cash in.
Face-off won by the Nationals. Ends up on the stick of Lucas Chard. Cross ice to Bowers. Bowers assesses the situation right down into the slot. Chard takes a shot. That one just goes off the shoulder of Reed and into the corner. Down low to Wood. Wood can't get a stick on it. Stolen by the Rockets. They'll try to break out. Hard back checking there by Wood. Causes the puck come all the way down into Nationals territory. McGowan leads the Nationals back the other way. Full head of steam, comes down the right wing side, walks in. McGowan takes a shot. Beautiful toe save by Reed as he has to get the pad up at the last second. McGowan down low, penalty expires. Bowers takes a shot. That gets tipped out front. Julian gets a hold of it. He gets hit. Nationals still maintain possession. Now the puck gets knocked out. All the way down. Hall going to try to apply some pressure onto Fisher. Wood, he turns and fires. Picked up by Julian. Julian collects the puck, sends it down. All the way to the other end. Bunker, he tries to get a hold of it. Reed comes out, plays it into the corner. Levecki throws it hard around the wall. Down in the corner, still trying to get a hold of it. Can't, though. Rockets will move it out. Across the blue line, that shot from range, that one just goes wide. Ballack comes out front, nice chance, and the Rockets score and tie it up. Nigel Piercy ties it up at 3s off just another right place, right time play.
Yeah, we talked about how the Rockets needed just to find their way to get one on net, and this one rides the rails around the end boards, and again, a good just centering pass, and it just deflects beautiful The redirect by Piercy as he's able to cash in on that one. For Piercy, that is his first goal of the season for the Rockets on the campaign for him, and now this game is tied once again here at 3s.
So exactly what the Rockets wanted to see. Nice hard work, kill off 2 penalties, and then come back and score the other way. As special teams turning out to be a big momentum shift as the penalty kill does it for the Rockets. Panchino takes a shot from distance, ends up right into the chest of Emsley, and he'll hang on.
Yeah, smart cover up there by Emsley just to settle things down a little bit. The Nationals right now are caught a little bit going around, maybe puck watching a little bit, so Emsley covers that up to try to settle his team down.
Puck banked off the wall. Picked up by Lloyd. Lloyd has to be quick. Gets the puck up the wall to Power. Power's pass for Milne gets deflected. Sent right back down to the Nationals territory, this time for Isom.
Once again, the additions to this Nationals lineup proving important as once again Carson Lloyd in a little bit of trouble is able to slow things down, get things gathered up in his own zone, able to try to get that puck down into Strathroy territory, and he does so as the Rockets ice the puck, and so now another opportunity. He's paired up now with Logan Pathroth on the back end.
Face off one by the Rockets. They will clear their own zone. Puck gets sent back down into the offensive zone for the Nationals. Wood tries to get a hold of it. Nice move by Barnes as they get it out. Lead pass ends up right on the stick of the Rockets player crossing the blue line, but Richter couldn't do anything with it. Smith over to Richter. Richter deflected it and just goes out of play once again.
Again, the Rockets do a good job in the neutral zone of trying to do quick transitions as they try that play. They try to deflect that one in to one territory, and that one will come all the way to in front of the Strathroy bench. And just as we're about to get to the midway point here in this second period, we'll see how far this game goes and see what these two teams can do to try to battle it out here in the second half of the third.
Try to turn back the other way. Julian will just throw it right down in the Rockets' territory. Barnes, another collision between a couple Nationals players. Across the blue line comes Cameron. Leads it for Panchino. Panchino takes the shot. That one just goes high and wide. Kept in the blue line, but the Rockets will turn it back. Julian, he's got some space. He takes a shot. That one just rips the stick right out of Richter's hands. Puck gets up to the blue line, kept in again. Nationals trying to generate some offense. Pace Roth throws it down low. Right out front again, bouncing puck, can't be handled. As Cameron turns and sends it back down to the Nationals territory as the Rockets go for a full change. Back the other way, across the blue line. Pace Roth, he walks in, takes a shot. That one goes off a stick and out of play. As Nationals D doing a really good job within this third period of driving the offense and getting into the play.
And that's something that I am sure that Dave Matzo preaches to his defenses. If you want to get the offense going, carry it in yourself. We see McGowan do it time in, time out. And right there we saw Logan Pace-Ross make a couple of moves to try to get inside the Strathroy territory.
Puck played down low once again. The Rockets win the faceoff. Lucas Chard behind the net. He tries to get a hold of it. Gets some help from Zurich. Picked up now by Faulkner as the Rockets will clear the zone. On the stick of McGowan. He'll send it right back. Rockets had to be careful as they try to go for a change. Stolen right in the slot. Zurich right out front. Empty net, but can't get it onto the stick. Bowers takes a shot. That gets blocked once again. Faulkner picks it up. Stolen again by the Nationals. Right out front again. Zurich takes a shot. Loose puck still. And Reed finds it and hangs on.
A war zone in front of the net. That's exactly what happens on this flurry of plays. As Zurich just makes a bit of a weird play as a defense. You never want to send it right back out in front. He does that, and it goes right out in front, and then the Nationals keep on getting the scoring opportunities. As Zurich did the right thing, try to center it, and puts it into an area where it could have been a golden scoring chance, but the Rockets get away with it. And so now the faceoff will come all the way down into London territory. And so again, a key face-off here for the Rockets, but again, golden scoring opportunity there for the Nationals, and once again, Strathroy keeping it alive in this game.
Rylan Bowers heading to the box, 2 minutes for slashing on that play. So big opportunity here. Smith with a shot from the blue line. That bouncing puck once again just goes over the head of Emsley. Kept in by Barnes. Sent down into the corner. Played down low by Faulkner. Back to the blue line again. Barnes over to Faulkner. Faulkner takes a shot. Nice glove save by Emsley. Slight windmill Wednesday there, a little bit. We haven't really seen any so far this season, so gotta keep an eye out for him when we can.
Absolutely, as the tradition always is here at the Western Fair on the Wednesday night. Haven't really seen, like you mentioned, the windmill Wednesday, but Emsley just showing just the slightest bit.
Absolutely, down low again. Rockets get another chance. Ends up on the stick of Barnes, the blue line. Sends it down to Faulkner. Cross ice to Smith. Smith gets pressured. Down in the corner, loose puck. 2 Rockets, 2 Nationals. Puck comes out, back to the blue line. Barnes, Faulkner. Back to the blue line again. Over to Smith. Smith already 1 goal tonight. Takes that shot. That one goes right off the mask of Emsley. Puck comes out into neutral ice. Great attack there by Milne. Hogarth into the offensive zone. Loses the puck. Great play by Chart as he'll just take it and dump it down into the Rockets' territory and kill off some more time. Rockets regroup. Go for a counterattack. Hall. He'll lead the rush. Over the red line. Nice poke check by Jacob Julian. And Julian has 3 shorthanded goals already this season. You know we'd love to get that 4th and tie the Nationals record. Pancino across the blue line. Fortier. Try to get a pass over to Hall. Hall can't tip it well enough, but stays in the offensive zone. Fortier throws it down. Bowers back on the ice. 5-on-5 hockey back in action. Julian, he'll pick it up. Spin pass, gets it out. Over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, bit of an open space, walks in, takes a shot, fans on it though as Hall gets a stick in the way. Bowers right out front. Julian walks in, takes a shot. That one just goes wide. Bowers behind the net, tries to throw it out. Just bounce it over the net, try to hit the Trevor Zegras pass, but no one there. Rockets control the puck behind the Nationals net. Pancino puts it out, tries to get it out front. That gets blocked. Another big hit in the corner. 3-on-2 developing for the Nationals. Over to Wood. Wood walks in. He takes a shot. Great save up high by Reed. Back the other way. Gallant can't get a hold of it. Stolen back by the Nationals. O'Reilly gets it over. 2-on-1 partial here now. Over to Pace Roth. Pace Roth turns the wrong way and can't handle the pass. Down low again. Raiden shot, shoots and scores! O'Reilly puts the Nationals back up by 1.
Well, what worked there is a bit of a sloppy play in front, goes to O'Reilly, and O'Reilly picks the short side on the Walker end of the goaltender Liam Reed, and now with 7 minutes to go, the Nationals now have a 4-3 lead as a bit of just a sloppy play in the Strathroy territory ends up being a rewarding play for the Nationals.
Face-off won by the Rockets as they will try to get something back here as they just tied the game up earlier in the period. And with another beautiful chance, O'Reilly, his 5th goal of the season and 10th point of the season as he continues to be a big asset here in his first year with the Nationals. Played by McGowan, that one just hits the netting and goes out of play. O'Reilly as well, one of the youngest players on the team, as one of the 06s. Face off now to the left-hand side of Michael Emsley. Puck will be picked up by Dory. Down low again. Hewitt. He gets hit into the boards. Picked up by McGowan. McGowan, bank pass off the wall. Gets to the blue line. Another big hit thrown right at the blue line by Milne. Power tries to get a hold of it. He can't get hold of it. Ballack will send it back the other way. Ballack in the corner. He circles around, tries to fight off AJ Power. Power blows a tire. He goes crashing into the wall. Levesque, he gets it up. He moves the puck up. Gets it across the blue line is Hewitt. Milne, he throws out the wall. No one there to get it out. Milne makes his own play, though. Stops the shot, and he'll carry it out. Milne to McGowan. McGowan waits, throws it right back out front. He had two Nationals streaking into the net. Both Zurich and Milne heading straight to the net, but can't connect on the pass. Puck will come down into Nationals territory. Nationals will go for a change of their forwards. Fisher comes out with a head of steam. Gets around Richter. He takes a hit. Puck gets moved into the corner. Barnes, he'll collect it for the Rockets as he'll try to do the exact same thing the other way. Makes his way past one, but can't get the puck. Great back check by Lucas Chart. Puck just a little too far outside of the reach of Fisher, and we will come all the way back down into the Nationals territory.
Now, as we approach the 5-minute mark, it's now go time once again for the Rockets, trying to find any type of way to put one on net, and we've seen it so far in this third period how hard they fight. And unfortunately for them, they lose that draw.
Puck will be bought out, and that one will go all the way back down the length of the ice, and we will regroup once again.
Strathroy's got the right players on the ice. They've got Pancino, Piercy, who tied the game at 3. He's on the ice. They've got Smith out there. He's just got a goal tonight as well. So they've got their goal scorers out there, so we'll see how well they can do.
Face-off scrummed, but ends up on the stick of the Nationals. Fisher puts it up the wall to Zurich. Zurich over to Chard. Bouncing puck ends up on the stick of Bowers. Bowers throws in the offensive zone. Smith will turn it back the other way, just out of the reach of Pancino. And we will have the face-off back down in Rockets territory as we go for our third straight ice.
Yeah, Pancino trying to do a little soccer move and try to dump that one in with his foot, but unfortunately it missed. And now we're playing the game of tag, of the icings of basically tag icing, where both teams have been shooting the puck down, back and forth. We've had a few whistles here inside the second half of this third.
Face-off won by the Rockets, but can't get it by Lloyd on the blue line. As Nationals, Pace Roth comes in, he can't hold on to it. Rockets try to break out. Pancino walks in, one man to beat, gets it across, loose puck, shoots and scores! Right out front, and the Rockets tied up again. So Dylan Richter getting the goal as we now have a 4-4 hockey game with 4:32 remaining.
Yeah, and I mentioned how the Rockets need to find any type of way to try to get it towards the net, and that's exactly what they do. A 2-on-1 developed, and then Richter is able to cash in on the rebound off of Emsley's pads, and now we've got a 4-4 game, just with 4.5 left.
Puck brought out across the blue line. Gets bounced out into neutralized. Open chance, here comes Milne. Milne, partial breakaway, walks in, takes a shot, what a save by Reed! Nolan Milne, his best chance of the night. Across the blue line, walks in, takes another shot. Beautiful chance by Lloyd, but can't get it to go. Back to the blue line, Milne drops the puck down in the corner again. Milne leaves it, thrown behind the net. Up the wall, Bunker throws it behind the net again. Milne tries to collect it, stolen by the Rockets. Hall, he'll put it back up the wall. Bunker will be the first one there. Gets a hold of it, throws it behind the net. Puck gets bounced up the wall. Just past Owen McGowan. All the way down and will go for another icing. Getting down to crunch time here. 4-4 is your score. Shots 38-34 in favor of the Nationals.
Yeah, and with underneath 5 to go here, you know, we're starting to get into that territory where we could potentially see some extra hockey here tonight, something that the Nationals haven't had lots of this season. They lost in the shootout at the Showcase in Pelham earlier this year.
Face off one, Bowers right in the slot, takes this big slap shot, ends up dropping right in front of Reed, but no one there to capitalize. Nice play by Lloyd. He moves in, some slick skating as he carries it across the blue line. In the offensive zone, blows a tire right behind the net. Picked up in the corner by Fortier. Again, he tries to turn back around. Still holds on possession of the puck. Fortier, cross ice pass, that gets blocked. Lloyd puts it back up the wall. Back over to McGowan now. Up to Zurich. Zurich tries to get some space. Carries it across the blue line, drop pass, now cross ice to Julian. Julian winds up, takes a big slap shot, ends up right onto the pads of Liam Reed, and he'll hang on.
And once again, the Nationals here pressing. As we'll take a look at Julian, he just winds up, fires this, and again, right off the pads of Reed as he hangs on. And I've liked Zurich's game tonight. You know, this is his 3rd game of the year for the Nationals. He's came over from Slovakia, so the Olympic-sized ice surface is no stranger to Zurich.
Another big shot from the blue line, this time by McKinnon. Makes it a little easier to adjust to North American style hockey when you go from one size pad to the exact same, and then you get to ease your way into playing on the smaller ice.
Yeah, smoothest transition.
Brought back out. Fisher tries to move it past the defender. Can't do it though. Stolen by Smith. Smith will just collect the puck and send it right back down in the Nationals territory. Emsley comes out to play it. Lead pass for Wood. Just a little too hard for him to handle. Penchino brought back out the other way, right in the slot area. Loose puck once again. Emsley has to make the tough save. Penalty coming here. Back to the Rockets. It was a little bit of confusion in the corner as it wasn't too sure who it was going to. Wood, drop pass for O'Reilly. O'Reilly walks in, still maintains possession. Now will finally be touched up as the Nationals get a huge power play chance here. 1:19 remaining in the 3rd period. As not the player you want to see, Caden Hogarth, the captain of the Strathroy Rockets, heading to the box for 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can see it kind of right at the corner on the left side of your screen as Hogarth takes down the Nationals player, the captain of the Rockets. Not a penalty you want to be taking this late in the hockey game, and with underneath 2 minutes to go, the Nationals have a chance to try to capitalize here.
Face-off win by the Rockets. They'll try to clear it out. Can't get by Riley Bowers. Over to McGowan. McGowan sends it down, picked off, and that will be sent the length of the ice. Great play by Reed Levesque. McGowan leads the rush for the Nationals. Tries to skate his way past Hewitt. Now over to McGowan. Leaves it for Bowers. To the point, McGowan. Nationals trying to set up the power play here. Back into the slot. O'Reilly, cross ice, loose puck down low. Tries to get a shot. Beautiful save by Reed. And the puck gets cleared, but hits the netting, so faceoff will stay in the Rockets' territory.
Yeah, desperation save here by Reed as he makes the first one, and then the second one gets his glove right down against the post, keeping this game tied up at 4 under a minute to go. Minute and 23 seconds left of power play time here for the Nationals.
Julian wins the faceoff over to Bowers. Now to McGowan, back to Bowers. Now get Bowers again. Over to O'Reilly, to Julian. Back to McGowan at the top of the point. Down in the slot. McGowan again, walks in, he takes a shot. And finds his way, great tracking by Liam Reed as he hangs on.
Yeah, Reed on that play, able to recognize the fact that McGowan was going to try to get a shot for a deflection down low. And so now with 20 seconds to go, key situation here for the Nationals and the Rockets.
Face-off scrum, but ends up on the stick of the Nationals. Owen McGowan, 15 seconds left. To O'Reilly. Back pass over to Bowers. Bowers down low. Tries to put it right out front. Ends up on the stick of O'Reilly. Bounces over though. 3 seconds left. Bowers tries to get it out front. Another shot for the point. That one gets blocked at the last second, and we will be heading to overtime. Nationals 4, Rockets 4. Huge implications as both teams hard-fought third period. Nationals come in with a 3-1 lead. Rockets tie it up. Nationals take the lead again. And Rockets tied up one last time. It will be a next goal wins scenario now.
Well, back and forth we go in that third period. The Rockets are trailing. They tie it. London retakes the lead under 5 to go. Strathroy gets the tying goal once again. And now we're into overtime where both teams will split a point, and this officially moves Strathroy up into second now in the Western Conference at the moment. So you, again, give credit to Strathroy. They're a team that's fighting tooth and nail so far early on this season, and they're getting the points when they need to early on in the season. And for London, their current unbeaten streak is currently on the line right now, as if they win this one, luckily they continue the streak, and we'll see if they can continue their run. They're going 7-0-0-1 so far in the season.
Coming into this overtime period, just a little bit of how the rules work here. Be 7 minutes, 3-on-3, and then if we are still tied at the end of that, we will see a shootout.
And also keep in mind that it'll actually be 4-on-3 to start, as the Nationals will have some power play time to begin overtime, so we will see how this goes. Traditionally, we'll see Julian out here. We'll see probably Lucas Chard. O'Reilly's probably going to start out here as well. And you also have to give credit to the goaltenders here tonight. They've seen a lot of rubber here tonight. 41-35, the shots on goal for the Nationals. So both goaltenders, you got to give them lots of credit. So we've got overtime here, and we'll see. It's next goal wins, like you mentioned, Kyle. We'll see who can win it.
So it'll be very interesting here. A lot of open ice to be played. It's going to be really essential here for the Rockets 3 they have on the ice to really try to minimize any pressure the Nationals can bring in. And if they could do that, they have a great chance to try to come back and make a counterattack. As the Rockets will be sending out Hall, Fortier, and Richter.
Yeah, the Rockets are familiar with extra time as they've won twice and lost once so far this season.
Face-off won this time by the Nationals. Picked up by McGowan. Across the blue line to O'Reilly. Riley back to McGowan. He walks in. Open chance. Takes the shot. That one just goes high over the net. We've seen McGowan end it in overtime before. The home opener last year. O'Reilly back to McGowan again. Right down throw, shoots and scores! Power play goal. Jacob Julian ends it for the Nationals.
Right off the top on the power play, they're able to move this puck around. And who else but Jacob Julian's able to capitalize on that. Like I mentioned, they moved it around very well. He's able to get the goaltender of the Rockets moving around. Reed not able to make the save. Again, they move it around. O'Reilly with a sweet little behind the back no-look feed. McGowan over to Julian, and he taps that one home. And the Nationals continue their unbeaten streak. They win it here in overtime, 5-4.
Beautiful play. Jacob Julian, 9 goals in now 9 games on the season. We'll be back with our final thoughts here on the London Brewing Co-op's Nationals Hockey on Rogers TV.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories. But the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
After a night out with your friends, there's always options for getting home safely. You could call your BFF, your mom or dad, whoever you can count on for a safe ride home. You could call your favorite cab company or 1-888 taxi guy. Or you could use the Arrive Alive smartphone app to help you choose your ride. Be it a friend, transit, or taxi, getting home safely is app easy. Now available for iOS and Android devices. Visit arrivealive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Did you know all the camera operators for tonight's game are volunteers? Rogers TV volunteers learn the skills needed to put on a show, including camera, audio, graphics, and more. If you're interested, visit rogerstv.com/volunteer to sign up. Back here at the Western Fair Sports Center, Nationals in dramatic fashion win 5-4 in overtime over the Strathroy Rockets over just a crisp passing play, all started by O'Reilly.
Yeah, absolutely. O'Reilly with the no look behind the back pass. You'll see it here. They work it around Bowers down low. O'Reilly, again, that crisp no look, and then McGowan off. And you can see Julian point right to McGowan. And we've seen a little bit of a conversation after the game. And Julian may be talking to the official saying that was not mine, as McGowan might get the overtime winner. We'll see who gets the credit here at the end of the game. And again, the Nationals get the two points here tonight, continue to be climbing the top of the Western Conference, sitting first, and the Rockets now officially chasing them in second.
Absolutely. Nationals now 17 points on the season as they continue to roll here. 8 wins and 1 shootout loss and zeros across the board. Some fantastic effort by this team overall. Say nothing of what the Strathroy Rockets did in this contest, though. They were fantastic in that third period.
Absolutely. You know, they were trailing heading into that third period, and they were able to capitalize on the key moments that they had to. I mean, Piercy with that beautiful deflection in front of the net to make it 3-3. London scores again to make it 4-3. But again, just beautiful hard work by the Rockets. They never quit in this game, able to tie it, get into overtime, and get that extra point, which is much needed early in this season.
Yeah, you can see what we've seen here coming into this game. We expected a close competition here between first and now second, and that's exactly what we got. I think for the most part, the story of this game was the goaltending we saw. It was a real goaltender's battle throughout the entire contest.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to give credit to Emsley. I mean, his first start here at the Western Fair, he gets the first victory of his career here at the Western Fair, so Emsley gets a great job, but also Reed fought hard in this game tonight too. He was making big saves, again, on that power play late by the Nationals. He was providing the key saves when he needed to late in that third period, and then unfortunately allows the OT winner. But again, he gets the Rockets a point here tonight.
Absolutely, and with that, we are going to send it down to Jaci for our 3 stars.
Thanks, Kyle and Jeremy. The Nationals wrap up their first matchup against the Strathroy Rockets in a 5-4 overtime victory. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into the 3 stars. Our 3rd star, Nick Tatar, with his first GOJHL goal. Our 2nd star is O'Reilly. And our 1st star with the game-winning goal and an assist, Jacob Julian. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. when the Nationals face off against the St. Mary's Lincolns here on Rogers TV.
inside, and you could get a sort of level of toxicity within them as well.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for chatting with us today, Craig.
No worries.
Hi, Krista. Thanks for joining us. Wondering if you can show us how you find your mussels.
Because the water is very turbid, so that means that there's lots of like silt and stuff in it. It looks like chocolate milk. You can't see anything when you first view it. So the viewers help us look for those surface mussels. So what we do, we end up pushing it down to just about the floor, and then we're looking for the shape of the mussels. Sometimes we're looking for just the shells to kind of be just out of the water. Feel around, and a lot of the time we just take up handfuls. And what you're doing, oh, and we found one, so we shake off the loose dirt and we look through it, and here is a snuff box. So it's an endangered species.
So you found this mussel now. What do you do at this point?
So we sex it if it's possible. Not all of them are sexually dimorphic right
Just
away.
before you continue, what does that mean?
It just means that you can tell the difference between a male and a female. So the snuff box have what are called denticles, or little teeth, and they're on the females, and the males don't have that. So that's the easy feature to tell. So this one is a male. And we measure the longest point that goes along the hinge line. So we use the calipers, and we do it in millimeters. And then this one would be 42.2 millimeters in length. And so, and then we would put them back into the water where we found them.
Awesome. Thank you, Krista.
You're welcome.
True or false? A single mussel can filter up to 40 liters of water a day.
Monday.
Pollinating Purpose is a new show all about supporting organizations seeking to have social impact in the work that they do. Whether nonprofit, for-profit, or social enterprise, grassroots organization, you'll learn key considerations to starting or growing your social purpose business in a long-term and sustainable way. Pollinating Purpose on Rogers TV.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
True or false? A single mussel can filter up to 40 liters of water a day. True. A single mussel can filter up to 40 liters of water in a day. They can also live up to 100 years, so that's a lot of water they're keeping clean for us and ecosystems. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining and chatting with us. I was just wondering if you could tell us a bit about yourself and what exactly you do with mussels.
So my name is Kelly McNichols O'Rourke, and I'm a biologist with the Department of Fisheries and Oceans, or DFO. And I get to be in the rivers and work with mussels all day, every day.
I'm kind of jealous. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about the programming you do for DFO.
We work for DFO Science, and we work out of the Great Lakes Laboratory for Fisheries and Aquatic Sciences, which is a huge mouthful, I know. GLIFFIS for short. And that's located in Burlington. And our job really focuses around species at risk mussels. So anything that is listed under the Species at Risk Act as endangered, threatened, or special concern. So we try and figure out where they are. There's a lot of basic information that's not known about them, although they're very important to the environments and the water that they're found in. So we look for where they are, We look at monitoring them. So how are they doing through time? Are they increasing? Are we finding more of them? Are we finding less of them? And that type of thing.
How long has you or the DFO been doing this programming?
I've been with DFO for 10 years, but the programming with mussels specifically started with the Species at Risk Act, so 2003, 2004. There were some mussel surveys done through Environment Canada and Climate Change, formerly Environment Canada, and they started 1996, and that's when mussels really came to the forefront.
Awesome.
And then we really started tackling them once the Species at Risk Act came into effect, because they are one of the most globally imperiled species, not just here in Canada or in North America, but globally they are.
People don't necessarily always think of just freshwater mussels, and I think that hurts their image. But mussels are cool, so.
They really are. And we'll say we work on mussels, and people will say, oh, zebra mussels? And we say, no, clams. Most people know them as clams, so that's what we work on. And they are really, really, they're good indicators of water quality. They have this amazing life cycle where they attach to a fish species. The mums have to get their eggs onto a fish species, and they're really cool animals. And a lot of people, don't even think about them because they're at the bottom of the river doing their thing.
Yeah. So you said you've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm wondering if you've seen anything crazy in that time.
So a few things. So I really, really love mussels, but I think my favorite thing about doing this job is you can come to a place like the Sydenham River, which is the hotspot for the number of mussel species in all of Canada, not just Ontario, in all of Canada. So you can come to a spot like this, you can excavate or dig out a 1 meter square, and you can find 50 animals, 10 different species, and generally in this particular river, some of those are species at risk. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that these things can get to be quite old. So we've done a lot of aging in the lab, and to get a rough age estimate of a mussel, you can actually count the rings on them, the little
like
growth lines, like a tree, exactly like a tree. So to get a better estimate, though, what we actually do is we find shells in the river and along the bank, and we take them back to the lab. They're just shells. There's no animals inside them. And we actually do a very thin cut of the shell. So then we count the number of lines that we see in there, and that will give us a really good estimate of how old they are. So something like this animal, this is a purple worryback. It's a threatened species. And this animal here could be 25 or 26, or it could be over 90 years old. So I think that's the thing that really gets me excited, is a lot of these animals have been here for a really long time.
That's crazy.
And in that length of time, they may have only moved a few square meters in their entire lives as adults. So that's really, really cool to me.
So I was wondering, when we're talking about aging mussels and all of that, if you could tell us a bit about their life cycle. I don't really know how they reproduce, how they have babies. You said that they just kind of like get released and latch on to fish. That sounds pretty neat.
This is our claim to fame with mussels, because they're
clam
not
to fame.
Clam to, there we go, exactly. So they're non-cute and cuddly. They don't have fur. They don't have big cute eyes. But what they do have is this amazing life cycle where we have male and female mussels. And once the female mussel gets pregnant, she actually has to get those babies onto a fish. So she has to basically spit those eggs onto a fish. If it's the right fish species, then they're like little Pac-Man, the babies. And so what they do is they clamp onto the fish and they go for a little ride. And then once they're fully developed, they drop off the fish and hopefully land in, substrate that they like or sediment that they like, and live happily ever after. So it's an amazing life cycle, and that also gets into why a lot of these species are so vulnerable and why so many of them are species at risk, is because any threat, whether it's pollution, invasive species, can impact a whole bunch of different stages of that life cycle. So maybe, the mum mussel gets her babies onto the fish, but then maybe that fish dies. Maybe the mum mussel is impacted by pollution or something like that, so she doesn't release as many of those babies as she once could. So there's all of these different areas where this life cycle can be impacted by a number of different threats. So it's not just one thing acting on them, it's a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
And then you tack on the fact that they can live to be, over 90 years old on the long end. And I guess I should say some of them only live to be 6 or 7 years old, but still that's a lot of time to be filtering in extra nutrients and all of that stuff. So that's what makes them so vulnerable as well.
Is there a reason why they have to latch on to fish?
They have to do that to complete their life cycle. And we think that's because it allows them to move upstream and downstream. Because as I said, an adult mussel might only move a few square meters in their entire lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are attached to a fish move much more, right? Fish can get out of the way if there's been if there's pollution in the water or whatever, but a mussel can't. And so if the babies are hitching a ride on the fish, then they can move upstream and downstream, and they can move further.
I guess you're more likely to find them that way when you do your surveys.
Yes, yes.
So I'm curious as to what we can do for our mussels and help them recover.
I think things like things as simple as educating yourself on mussels. These aren't just little rocks. My husband likes to call them rocks. He says, you work on rocks all day. And I was like, yeah, but they're really awesome. So I think is educate yourself. Know that they're there and know that anything that goes into the river is going to impact them. Things like trying to reduce pollution, recycling, things like that. And then if you do see a mussel and you want to report it to us, we do have an app. It's called the Clam Counter app, and you can go onto it. It's free to download on your devices, Apple and Android, and it will help you identify an animal. And at the end of it, you can take some pictures and then you can report it. So maybe it's a new location and maybe we need to go out there and do some more surveys. So that's another way that it's kind of getting some citizen science involved as well. So that's another way. And that app was developed by us and the Toronto Zoo. So it's really cute. It's got some good graphics, it's got some good animation and lots of pictures.
Perfect. Well, thank you. I think we should go and see if the team has found any cool mussels.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Did you know the East Branch of the Sydenham River has been designated as one of 13 freshwater key biodiversity areas in Canada by the International Union for Conservation of Nature? Learn more at sydenhamriver.on.ca.
I'm Nicole Martin, the proud ambassador for the Comfort Bear program. Comfort Bears provide these cuddly bears to local children who are terminally ill, facing trauma, or battling a serious illness. Every $20 donation will place a Comfort Bear into the loving arms of a child involved in our program. It is our hope to distribute 1,000 bears in 2022. Please join us and provide comfort to kids in their time of need.
I was born and raised in Musqueam First Nation territory by my mother, who spoke Hunkaminam to me. As a child, I ceased using my mother tongue, as to use any language other than English was considered not being Canadian, so I was told. The old people came to me in a dream and reminded me of who I am and where I come from. I have reawakened. My roots are strong, and I'm no longer a silent speaker. My language tells me where I am from. It defines me and guides me to teach others to learn and understand our culture and traditions. A gift for those in the present and the unborn generations. What was lost is found. What was asleep has awakened. My blood is here, and I am complete. I have returned home.
Did you know the East Branch of the Sydenham River has been designated as one of 13 freshwater key biodiversity areas in Canada by the International Union for Conservation of Nature? Learn more at sydenhamriver.on.ca. Well, it looks like the team's been busy and you have quite a few to show us. I was just wondering if you could tell us what these mussels are and kind of how you tell the difference.
Yeah, for sure. Because we do have 41 different species in Ontario. There's quite a lot. And I think at this particular site, we found probably 18 or 19 species over the last couple of days. But we have here the northern riffle shell, and you can see these fine green rays on it. And it's almost like a yellowy orange color. So that's a really distinguishing feature for these. The neat thing about these is that they are a globally imperiled species. There's only 4 populations that are actually reproducing in North America right now, and the Sydenham River has one of the best ones. So that's really exciting. This is a female. We got a female here and then a male here. And sometimes you can tell the difference between the males and females just by their shell.
Wow, okay.
And then you're holding some cute little ones too. So this is the foot. This is the muscular foot. So this is how adult mussels move. They stick that foot out into the river bottom, pull their shell back onto it.
Wow, what a color too.
Yeah, so when I was saying they only move a few square meters in their lifespan, that's why. It's a very slow process. But this is an elk toe. This is a common species, and you can see that the rays on this one are quite a bit thicker. We have the purple warty back, and the common name really does help you identify this because you can see all of these little warts on it. On the inside of the shell, it's purple. It can be light purple, dark purple. So here we have a juvenile kidney shell, which is an endangered species in Canada. And you can actually see that when these guys are really small, they have this byssal thread. So it's just like an elastic string. And what they do is they anchor it to rocks, or they attach it to rocks so that they don't float downstream because they're so small. So as juveniles, we typically see this byssal thread with them.
Wow, this is awesome. And I can't help but notice that the names of our freshwater mussels are just so very unique.
They
and
really
a little
are.
Weird.
Yep.
So I'd love to know what your favorite mussel is.
Oh, so my favorite mussel is the three-horned wartyback, and it's a mussel. It's about this big. This is not one, but it has got 3 huge bumps on it. Only 3, always only 3. And when I first started working on mussels in my undergrad, it was the first one I could confidently identify. So it has now become my favorite. Unfortunately, we don't see too many of those, but I always get excited when we do.
All right, let's go find out other people's favorite mussel species. All right, what's your favorite mussel?
My favorite mussel is the snuff box.
Oh, and why is that?
Because it attaches to the end of log perches, and it spews its larva onto the log perch, and it's super cool. It's very alien. It's awesome.
Thank you. All right, what's your favorite mussel?
The maple leaf. It's really easy to tell apart because it's got 2 lines of bumps down it.
Awesome. I just would like to know your favorite mussel.
I'd have to say a pink heel splitter because it's pink.
Awesome. So what's your favorite mussel?
It's a purple wartyback because it's pretty. Look how cute.
What's your favorite mussel species?
So my favorite mussel species is the northern riffle shell, and one of the main reasons for that is that it is a globally imperiled mussel, and the Sydenham River is one of the best remaining reproducing populations on the entire planet.
That's truly amazing. Thank you. So what's your favorite mussel species?
I think the deer toe just because it's pretty.
Oh, thank you. So what is your favorite mussel species?
Our favorite mussel species is the snuff box. So this is a sexually dimorphic species, which means we can tell the difference between the males and the females.
So the female has the denticles, which are like teeth on their shell, and they actually grab the log perch, which is a fish. It'll grab it on the face.
So what's your favorite mussel species?
My favorite mussel species is a pocketbook, but this is my second favorite, which is a big old mucket.
Thank you. So what's your favorite mussel species?
My favorite mussel species is the elk toe because of the way that it is.
Perfect. So we learned a lot about mussels today, from their reproduction to what exactly they do for their environment and how they have very unique and weird names. But we got to remember not to get hung up on the weird names, and mussels are imperative to our environment. So thanks for joining me today, and I just wanted to let you know my favorite mussel is the rayed bean. See you in nature.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
This guy is feared. Nobody wants to fight him. He's so talented. There is a new king at 135 pounds, but these are 2 of the best in the world, and they put it all on the line tonight. You want to talk about 2 of the best strikers, not only in the bantamweight division, but in all of the UFC. 2 undisputed titles on the line. This pay-per-view is wild.
Summer days, summer nights, lots of things to do, places to go, and people to see. If you're having a few drinks, be sure to plan ahead and get home safely. We don't want to pick you up. Drinking drivers risk injuries to themselves and others and take chances with their license, their jobs, and their future. Remember what's at stake and choose your ride, whether you're the driver, the passenger, or the party host. Thanks for supporting sober driving. I hope we never meet.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
This is Rogers TV.